Hey guys, welcome back to MelibGaming. I'm Meli, and this is day 2 of our Steins playthrough. Last time we met Okabe, Mayuri, Daru, and Kurisu. And things got really weird pretty fast, okay? Between just like the strange lectures and the odd encounters, as well as the experiments with the phone microwave, it already feels like we've stumbled into something much more than just the goofy gadget that it seems to be. Now, we're heading into chapter 2, and the mysteries are piling up. Time travel, conspiracies, and even murder. So it feels like we're only just scratching the surface. Thank you so much for joining in. I had a lot of people say how they really liked the first Steins video, so thank you guys for watching. I'm so happy that I'm not the only one that remembers how goated Steins was. Okay, I'm super excited for this playthrough, and someone did tell me that there are multiple endings. I'm like, my god, I'm scared. I don't want to get a bad ending. But, you know, we're just gonna go with the flow and we're gonna see what happens. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Now, let's dive straight into chapter 2. Nothing matters. Like, everything you're doing doesn't matter. Habibi, you loser? Are you sure you're an epic gamer? I'm gonna load this one. It's already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all the brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Dr. P. My stomach protests. Maybe I drink too fast. I'm exhausted and my hands are shaking slightly and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off the exhaustion, if only temporarily. This building has a basic shower room. There's no bath, but it's enough. The lab would have been hell without it. Daru's at his computer, his back turned toward me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Daru's mouse clicks. Daru doesn't look my way, and he doesn't try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the phone wave was also a time machine. But Kurisu didn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. A time machine? Usoda! Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home. Grudges over food run deep, I guess. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Daru and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realized that the phone wave had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night doing experiments to confirm whether or not the phone wave is indeed a time machine. The results, however... We went to the supermarket, stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the phone wave, but everything failed. No change, nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomenon occurred, everything warmed up normally. No jellification. Suddenly, we couldn't get anything to happen. We still have no idea why. First, let's review the problems revealed by this last run of experiments. Problem 1. Electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. But that's not a fundamental solution. We'll keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Guys, I feel like fire buckets would just cause more fire. Problem 2. Mass increase. When the discharge phenomenon occurs, the phone wave suddenly gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke the table and made a dent in the floor. To deal with this issue, we placed the microwave on the floor. We spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor too. It's only a temporary fix though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Brown is quite capable of raising my rent. And that's to say nothing of the calamity it will cause if it falls through the floor. Anyway, we need to find the source of the mass increase. If amateurs like us even can, that is. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. This last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't really experiment with the phone wave. Problem 3. We're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send an email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error, and we tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was the key, and that theory was proven false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now we're at an impasse. We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed, which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning lazing about like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I've been getting way too many of these since yesterday. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiryu Moeka. I've never used email this often before. Even Mayuri only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Finger typed, and that should have been enough to tip me off that she was a male demon. I was careless. It's too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. I finish off my bottle of Dr. P, my stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry I don't even feel like showering. I call out to Daru, who's hammering on the keyboard.
なあ、サンボに牛丼でも食いに行かないか?
Hey, wanna go to Sambo for some beef bowl? Too much trouble.
腹は減ってないのか?
Aren't you hungry?
減ったけどさ。
Yeah, but
煮え切らない男め。
you're such a bum. What is he doing on the computer anyway? I'm curious, so I casually peek over his shoulder. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Richly colored cords crawl through a gigantic octagonal tunnel, like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. Based on the height of the people in the picture, the tunnel looks to be more than 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daru sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eyes is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or something's just wrong with him.
ラージハドロンコライダーにはマジ癒されるよな。
The Large Hadron Collider sure is cute.
貴様!
What did you just say? Large Hadron Collider? Is that an incantation? No, a secret technique?
ラージハドロンコライダー。知らんの?
Oh, of course, the Large Hadron Collider. I grab Daru's relaxed shoulders and wring them out.
いててててて、何すんだよ。
What are you doing?
寝ぼけているのか?
Are you conscious?
寝ぼけてないよ。
Of course.
そのラージハドロンコライダーとは何なんだ？
What is this Large Hadron Collider thing?
セルンだよ。セルン。その施設の実験装置。略称は
It's what CERN uses to do their
LHC
experiments. LHC for short. Actually, I do want to check my mail. Oh wow, I got a lot. Wait, hold on. Which ones have I read and haven't I? I mailed you as soon as I could. Yeah, okay. So this one we did read. Ferris. Oh. We did. Okay. Daru-kun was taking a nap earlier, and I think he has sleep apnea. It really surprised me when he stopped breathing. I told him he should lose weight, but he won't listen. Okarin, you should talk to him too. That's Mayuri. Are you a student, Okabe-kun? Are you on summer break? Are you a day person or a night person? I can email you around a certain time. Let me know. I want you to reply as soon as you can, but I don't want to be a bother, so let me know, okay? By the way, I don't like talking on the phone, so please don't call me. I just remembered I didn't tell you my phone number. That's okay, I'm a lot more comfortable communicating by email anyway. What about you, Okabe-kun? Are you still asleep? Rise and shine. Have you talked to the super hacker yet? I'd like to hear more about John What's-His-Face. I'm super curious. I'm nocturnal, so I usually don't go to bed till the sun comes up. It's not so bad once you get used to it. Mail me when you wake up, okay? I haven't gotten a reply yet. Are you still asleep? You sleep too much, Okabe-kun. You're living like an old man. Well, I'm not one to talk. Anyway, let me know when you have something on the IBN 5100, pretty please. Mayushi's spending money is getting dangerously low. You and Daru need to chip in too sometimes. You don't want to get between me and my food. Aww.
マジ燃えるからおぬぬめ。
It's seriously moe. Recommended.
人でないものにもせ。
ねえよ。でもなんつうの？見ててワクワクするっつうの？ニヤニヤできるっつう
He
の？
said you're lusting over something that's not even humanoid. He's like, of course not, but there's something about it that gets me excited. It makes me smile, you know? Don't you feel that?
そういえば少し前は工場や高速道路の高架下がたまらないとか言っていたな。
Okay. Come to think of it, I remember you said you found factories and the undersides of highways irresistible or something.
そうそうあれと一緒。
節操がなさすぎる。
Where does it end? 2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects.
ジャンル分けして自分で興味の
Life's
対
too
象を
short.
狭める
I don't
方
want
が
to
もったい
limit
な
my
くね。
interests, you know? And yet you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite.
セルンか。
CERN. That name. I've seen it somewhere and recently. Where was it again? Oh, of course.
ジョン・タイター。
John Taita.
ああジョン・タイター？
The guy you
オカ
mentioned
リンが言ってたの
earlier.
って今アットチェンで祭りになってるやつのこと
He's
だ
the
った
guy
のか
at
な？
channel's going crazy about, isn't he?
それは偽物である可能性もある。俺が言っているジョン・タイターは10年前に現れた方だ。
That one might be an imposter. I was talking about the John Titor who appeared 10 years ago.
10年前にも現れたん？
He appeared 10
同
years
一人
ago?
物？
The same guy? I had hoped that Daru would remember, but no such
と
luck.
にかくジョン・タイターがセルンのことについて触れていた。
Anyway, John Titor mentioned CERN. I don't remember all of it, but there's one thing I'm sure of.
タイターはこんな予言を残した。すなわち2034年までにセルンがタイムマシンを完成させると。
Titor made a prediction, namely that before the year 2034, CERN will develop a time machine.
おおタイムマシン。
A time
まさに
machine?
タイムリーな話題じゃん。
That's a timely topic.
でもそれって10年前じゃなくて。
But that wasn't
今の
just
タイター
10
も
years
言って
ago.
た気が
This
する。
new Titor said the same thing.
10年前だろうが今だろうがどちらでもいい。それより気にならないか、ダル。
It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or 10 seconds ago. That's not the point, Daru.
この奇妙な符号は
This coincidence could very well be the choice of Steins Gate.
タイターって信頼できるん？
Can we trust this tighter guy?
信頼できるかできないかはどうでもいいのだ。俺たちと奴は今タイムマシンというキーワードでつながっている。
It doesn't matter if we trust him or not. Now we have something in common. A time machine.
そのタイターが言及したセルンについて念のために調べたとしても損にはならないはず。
We should investigate CERN. We've got nothing to lose. Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for a mad scientist like me. Anyway, the phone wave experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this.
誰？セルンについて詳しく。
Tell me everything you know about CERN.
OK 僕のセルンフォルダが火を吹くぜ。
Sure thing, my CERN folder is smoking hot. Daru strikes his keys with renewed passion. He goes to the My Pictures folder and opens a folder literally called CERN.
セルンは世界最大の素粒子物理学の研究施設だよ。
CERN is
ヨーロ
the
ッパ素粒子物理学研究所だとか欧州素粒子原子核研究機構みたいな通称で呼ばれることもある。
CERN is the world's largest particle physics research institution. It's popularly called the European Laboratory for Particle Physics or the European Organization for Nuclear Research.
スイスとフランスの国境
It's
近く
close to the border of
ジュネーブ
Switzerland and
郊外にあって
France,
さ
on the outskirts
古
of
いところだ
Geneva.
と HTML や HTTP ワールドワイドウェブを生み出した
It's
ところってんで
famous
有名。
as the birthplace of HTML, HTTP, and the World Wide Web.
ワールドワイドウェブだと。それってインターネットの？
You mean the internet?
ビンゴ URL の最初についてるやつ。
That thing at the beginning of most URLs. CERN invented that? All I know about CERN is what I read from Titer's book. I never knew they were that amazing.
日本じゃそんなに馴染みはないけど日本の研究チームも現在進行形で参加してたりするのだぜ。
Most people aren't aware, but there's a Japanese research team working at CERN too.
セルンはどんな研究を？
What sort of research does CERN do?
基本的には素粒子物理学かな。
Particle physics, mostly.
世界でも唯一セルンしか持ってない超でかい実験装置を持ってるんだ。いわゆる粒子加速器ってやつ。
CERN can do experiments no one else can, because they have the biggest particle accelerators in the world.
低速汎用子蓄積リング、陽子シンクロトロンブースター、大型電子陽電子コライダー。
The low energy antiproton ring, the proton synchrotron booster, and the large electron positron collider.
でラスボスは
And the
世界
big
最大を
boss
誇る
is the
LHC
largest
ラージ
accelerator
ハ
in
ド
the
ロンコライ
world.
ダータン。
The Large Hadron Collider Tan. Otaku possess the ability to anthropomorphize just about anything in the world simply by sticking Tan at the end of its name. Wait, I want to look at the tips list. Yeah, this one. To represent non-human entity as a humanoid character. Oh. Anthropomorphized. No, anthropomorphized. Oh my god, I feel like I need to look that up. I want to pronounce that correctly.
Anthropomorphize.
Oh, wow. Anthropomorphize. Or anthropomorphism. Cool. Aye, aye. Daru doesn't seem to notice my shock. He just brings up the next image.
LHC はセルンの地下にある全長約27キロのサークル状トンネルに設置された粒子加速器なんだよ。
The LHC is a 27-kilometer long circular tunnel built underneath CERN's headquarters.
陽子同士をそのトンネルで加速させて衝突させることで未知の素粒子反応を起こそうって実験を去年あたりから始めてる。
The purpose is to smash protons together in the hope of creating unknown elementary particle reactions. They started experimenting last year.
まあ実験開始前はその実験でミニブラックホールが作られちゃうかもって噂もあったな。
Before they started, there were rumors that the experiments might create mini black holes.
そのミニブラックホールに地球が飲み込まれる、宇宙がやばいみたいな。
Oh no, those mini black holes will swallow the Earth, the universe is in danger, etc. Mini black holes. I'm pretty sure Tider said that his time machine used mini black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true?
現実にそうなる可能性は
What's the possibility of that actually happening?
あるわねえよ。セルンが公式に否
100% that
定
it
して、
won't. CERN officially denies it.
もし仮にミニブラックホールが生成されたとしてもエネルギー量はすごく小さいから生まれた瞬間に消えるね。地球を飲み込むなんて全然無理っしょ。
Let's say a mini black hole was formed. The amount of energy would be so tiny that it would disappear instantly upon formation. It would be impossible for it to swallow the world.
だが火のないところに煙は立たない。
But where there's smoke, there's fire. If I remember correctly, Tider claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Tider's story is true. Some of Tider's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten Tider's 2000 disappearance. There's something important in Tider's tale. Or at least I want there to be. Take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ聞いて驚くな。悪の陰謀の匂いを嗅ぎつけた。
It's me, don't be surprised. I've sniffed out an evil conspiracy.
ジョン・タイターとセル。その2つの言葉から俺が言いたいことは分かってもらえるはずだ。ああ、そうだ。奴らは機関とつながりがある可能性が高い。
John Tider, CERN, you see where I'm going with this. Yeah, that's right. They're likely connected to the organization.
偶然だと？おいおい、あまり俺を失望させるなよ。何？根拠だと？そうだな。あえて言えば、ささやく奴らは世界を滅ぼそうとしている。
Those bastards are trying to destroy the world with
ミ
mini
ニブラッ
black
クホールによっ
holes.
てだ。
What if we were to steal that technology?
もしもその技術を
What then?
俺たちが横で当然だ。俺を誰だと思っている？全てはシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。エル、プサイ、コングルー。
Of course, who do you think I am? Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. El Sai Kongroo. I put in my phone, then I turned to find Daru giving me an exasperated look.
お前は一体誰と
Just
戦ってい
who
るん
the hell are
だ？
you fighting with?
誰よ。俺たちのやるべきことは一つだ。
Daru, I know what we must do.
やるべきこと？
What?
なんぞではない。引き返すな。
You're
そこは
supposed-
全てを組んで。
You're supposed to
と笑うの
grin
だ
like you know exactly what I'm
でない
talking
と
about.
スーパーハッカーらしくないだろうが。
What kind of super hacker are you? I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not? So what's in it for me? And then we'd continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. Me, a week's worth of potato chips. Daru, 10 days. Me, you sure are a glutton. Daru, the dive makes you a hungry man. Deal, get started. Daru, you got it, boss. Or something like that. Yep, a real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips.
オカリンはいつも説明不足なんだっつうの。
You always give such half-baked explanations. Try to sound intelligible before you try to sound intelligent. Work with me
お
here.
前はスーパーハッカーだ。
You're a super hacker.
ハッカーって言うな。
Stop
せめ
saying
てハッカ
hacker.
ーにして。
At least say hacker.
あとは分かるな。
See where I'm going with this?
いや全然。
Not at all.
セル
Hack
ハッキングしろ。
into CERN. Daru stares at me in disbelief.
それはひょっとして
Is that
ギ
some
ャグ
kind
で
of
言って
joke?
いるのか。
誰？お
I know
前
you
ら
can do it. Expose their
やつらの悪事を暴き
dastardly deeds.
タイムマシンについてのヒントを手に入れろ。
Find any hints you can about the time machine.
悪事ってオカリンの妄想だろう。
You're just imagining stuff, Okarin.
電話レンジカッコ仮をタイムマシンとして使えるようにするか、このままただの打作としてラブの倉庫で眠らせることになるか、今が分岐点だ。
We stand at a crossroads. Will the phone wave become a functional time machine, or will it die as garbage in the lab storage?
マジで言ってんの？
You serious?
俺はいつでもマジである。
I'm always serious. No, hold on. Oh. It looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight.
どうなっても知らないぜ。
I'm not responsible for the consequences. Got it? Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his earlier lethargy was a lie.
交渉成立だ。すぐ
Deal. Get started.
うは、みなぎってきた。
Let's do this.
報酬のポテチ1週間分
For your
は
payment, I'll
Swiss
deposit a
銀行に
week's
振り込む
supply of potato chips in your Swiss bank account. Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in
じ
concentration.
ゃあ俺は寝る。
Anyway, I'm gonna sleep.
Ato wa
It's all
makaseru.
yours. I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. Daru's exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in the exact same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but I can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand up and stretch. I don't want to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. I take a cold Dr. Pee out of the fridge and quench my thirst. And then I throw myself back onto the sofa and start browsing at channel on my phone. And what perfect timing. Tighter is currently posting in the thread. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up and learn more. It seems you're also clinging to preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. Causality. I was like, casualty. If the result of an event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who could observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line percent difference from the standard. Stock trends, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler. Me. If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how can you possibly measure it? Humanity's doomed. What has science done? Noobs responding seriously to troll thread. Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? How about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. It's in such a scenario, a time machine traveling to the past doesn't need to fight the flow of time. I say Titer's points have merit. By the way, Titer, I'd like to know more about CERN. What can you tell us about their current activities? Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup, and I'll bet my life savings. What's with all the stupid name tags? This Hyoyin Kyoma is more annoying than Titer. You call yourself John Titer, but you're fluent in Japanese? Writing in English would at least make more realistic. You can't do English, can you? No! Aw, man. Okay. No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as the truth. I'm starting to understand why CERN was able to take over so easily. Whether a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line. Let's call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on channel will disappear, to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you change the past. I wrote about CERN yesterday, and the only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike you close-minded fools, I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Titer has to say, and then I will make contact with Titer and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist Hyoyin Kyoma will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleazebags. Tell me stock prices or fucking die. That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter the memories of nearly 6.7 billion people? Do you realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went and screwed with my brain. What does any of that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research. Wait, future's a wasteland? That means I can be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'ma go get me a mohawk. I checked CERN's homepage. It says they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes? Are you implying brains make the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree and we're the branches? That's some Ava level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036. Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. So which one? 314? Oh yeah. Reconstruction of the time travel alteration of people's memories. I think that they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They're reconstructed along with everything else when divergence changes. What's a road warrior? Anyone home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. The door opens and a girl peeks inside. I recognize her. It's the girl I met yesterday at Brown Tube Workshop. Hi, I'm from the Brown Tube Workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you sent in for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? Daru's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. Would be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside.
なんでコソコソしてんの？
Why do we have to be sneaky? What was this girl's name again? I think it was something Aruma or Amore? Amane Suzuha. Currently my genius partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him.
君たちって何してる人？
What exactly do you guys do?
前も言ったはずだ。俺たちの秘密に踏み込めば貴様も危険に巻き込まれる可能性があると。
I told you before that learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger.
未来ガジェット研究所って言うんだよね。
You're called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How did you know that? I never told
俺
you.
は説明した覚えはないぞ。
Wait,
まさか貴様機関のスパイ？
wait, are you an organization spy? I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. But Suzuha just stares blankly.
下のポストにそう書いてあった。
That's what it said on your mailbox.
そうか。
I lower my guard. Why didn't she just say so?
知られたからにはしょうがない。簡単に説明しておこう。ただしこれは他言無用だ。
Now that you know, it's not like you can unknow. I'll give you the short explanation, but you must not tell a soul. Suzuha nods firmly. Is it just me or are her eyes gleaming?
我ら未来ガジェット研究所は
We are the Future
世
Gadget
界を
Laboratory.
影から操る闇の機関に対抗し、その支配構造を破壊するために活動しているのだ。ふーはははは
Dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows.
へえ。
Wow.
その闇の機関って
Is that the
Serum?
evil organization CERN?
そうだ。
Yes, but...
おお、やっぱそうなの？あいつら抱きすべき連中だよね。
So I was right. Those guys really are contemptible a lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible? I thought I was the only one who uses words like that in normal conversation.
なぜ
How
俺
did
たちが
you
今まさにセ
know
ルンにハッキング中だと知ってい
you
る。
were hacking into CERN?
ハッキング中なの？今？
You're hacking them right now? Me and my big
いい
mouth.
からこちらの質問に答えろ。なぜ俺たちとセルンの関係を知っている？
Just answer my question. How did you know about our business with CERN?
あいや実は昼間話し声を聞いちゃってさ、ここに立つと窓から聞こえてくるわけ。
Actually, I overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window? Come to think of it, it was open and Daru and I were talking loudly. But can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Daru's working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the brown tube workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame is all sparkly, its tires mostly clean, it's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it?
私、昨日からここで働き出したんだけど。
I've only been working here for a day, but... Suzuha opens the brown tube workshop door with a wry smile.
これが予想以上に暇でさ。
I've got a lot more free time than
4、5回は
expected.
外に出たね。
I've gone out 4 to 5
店
times
の前で
today.
索敵しちゃったね。
Figured I'd reconnoiter her? What does that mean? What the heck? Reconnoiter. Survey an area to gather information. I figured I'd Brickinator, the front of the store. See if I couldn't spot any customers. Brickinator? Now there's a word you don't hear in casual conversation. I'm pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance. Oh, okay. To scout an area and gather intelligence. Is she some kind of secret agent? I follow Suzuha into the store.
その時に2階から君たちの話し声が聞こえちゃったわけよ。
So that's when I heard you guys talking from the second floor.
気になってついネットで調べちゃった。
I got
ベル
interested
の黒い
and
噂
looked
につ
it
い
up
ても
online.
バッチリ知ってるよ。
Now I know all the rumors about CERN. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. But if we do that, the lab will turn into scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
とにかく絶対に他言無用だぞ。
Anyway, you must not tell anyone else. Or else men in black will raid us.
あ、うんうん、わかった。これでも口は硬いから任せといて。
I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Suzuha grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Brown 2 workshop. That gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Brown's not here either. Where's the manager?
たった今、君のテレビの修理が終わって出てったよ。
He left right after he finished repairing your TV. He probably went to see the chipmunk. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking up my beloved daughter from school. My beloved daughter has a cold, with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much. It probably just annoys her. Anyway, just how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? He used to put a back suit sign on the door whenever he left, but now he just has Suzuha take care of things while he's gone.
つうわけで、直ったテレビはこれね。
So here's the fixed TV. Suzuha lightly taps on the TV.
お代は1000円でいいってさ。
He said to charge you 1,000 yen. Damn manager. I bet he gave it to us just so he can charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Suzuha. She takes out a receipt. Apparently, it was already written out.
毎度あり。
Thanks for your
持ってていい
patronage.
よ。
Well, just take it away.
まさか
By
一人で持
myself?
っていけ
Are
と
you joking?
え？違うの？
Didn't you bring it here by
持ってきた時も一人だ
yourself?
ったんでしょ？
Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman.
手伝ってもいいけど、
I guess I can help, but...
もう力仕事も女がやる時代か。
Oh, I see. So we're already in the age where women do physical labor. Okay, wait. I feel like... Oh, yes. Ferris. Kyoma, when operating in the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet. You don't want them to notice you. Remember, this summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. This is the cat girl that Daru's in love with. That might make things interesting. Lukako. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some and got... Oh, Lukako's the samurai who looks like a pretty girl. I had everyone in my family eat some and got their seal of approval. Would it be okay if I baked some for your lab? Friends Master? Oh, it would be great if you could teach me some more techniques with Samidare, whatever you have time. P.S. I manage 10 practice swings a day. You know, it's pretty interesting because you can click on like a different word to respond differently. So what do I want? Like, I'm sure at some point these decisions like matter. I don't think this one will, but I'm gonna say cookies. Wait, oof. You sure get along with your family. I'll even provide you with a maid uniform. Man, okay. She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her.
誰も貴様に手伝ってもらおうなどとは思っていない。
I don't remember asking for your
貴様
help.
のような女子に手伝ってもらうことなど。
Getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride.
おお、
Wow.
今
Applause.
の男らしいじゃん。
That was so
私惚れ
manly.
ちゃうかも。
I might be falling for you.
騙されるものか。貴様、嘘をついているね。
You think that you can trick me like that? You're just lying, aren't you?
なんで嘘って思うの？
What makes you think
それ
that?
は、この
It's one of my
俺の能力
powers. Coloring
Coloring
gentlemen.
gentleman が反応した。
This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die.
能力。
You have powers? Suzuha's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise.
それって
Are you
超能力的な
some
もの？
kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear.
あのさ、君みたいな能力者って他にもあまた
Are
にい
there
る
a
わ
lot
け？
of espers like you?
いるわけがなかろう。
Of course not.
この俺がスペシャルなのだ。
I am special. I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display my majesty.
そっか。
You had me scared for a second there. But so it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe CERN is the reason that there aren't more where I came from.
やっぱセルンのせいで退化したのかな。
After muttering some nonsense, she finally nods in
でも
understanding.
さ、戦闘になれば相
Does
手
the
の嘘を
ability
見
to
抜く
see
力なんて意味
through
な
lies
くない？
have any combat application at all?
やっぱ 1000m 級の長距離狙撃を命中させられるとか、いかに効率よく相手の関節決められるかとかの方が重要だと思うな。
If it were me, I'd want perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters, ultra fast reflexes that let me tear my enemy's limbs off before they can even react. What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? No, wait, don't tell me.
貴様、
You,
さては、
you're an organization assassin, aren't you?
ミスゴルゴというコードネームで呼ばれているだろう。
You must be the one they call Ms. Golgo.
っていうか、ゴルゴって何？
She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. That reminds me. I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday.
ちなみにさ、君の能
Do you have
力
any other
あっ
powers?
たとしても、俺を殺しに来たヒットマンに教えるものか。
Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell a hitman hired to kill me.
君を殺しなんてしないってば。
I'm not going to kill you.
己の能力を他人に教えるなど、自殺行為にも程がある。
Revealing my powers would be suicide.
秘めたるもの。相手に悟られぬよう使ってこそ、初めて最大限の効果を得られるのだ。
They are the most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, they're for me to know and you to find out.
ケチ。
Meanie.
なんとでも言え。
Say what you like. Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet, invisible sparks scatter. Then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. Okabe-kun, I want you to reply to me already. I've been waiting. You know, please tell me Supahatka's address when you can. If we don't get cracking, someone else might get to the IBN 5100 first. Most likely from, yeah. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities, maybe some split personalities. Shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. It looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how can she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it?
なんか渋い顔してるね。
Why the frown? Did you get a death notice?
あ
A what?
例えだってば
Just wondering. She's wondering if I got a death notice? How can she say that with a straight face? What the hell is a death notice anyways? Do those even exist?
嫌な知らせでもあったのかって聞きたかったわけ。
What I meant to ask was if you got some unpleasant news.
似たようなものだ。
You could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her.
IBN5100
There's this woman who's obsessed with finding an IBN 5100. Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak.
IBN 5100?
An IBN 5100?
知っているのか
You know about them?
あ、
Yeah.
そうか IBN5100 の都市伝説は有名だったのか
So the IBN 5100 legend is famous, huh? Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought.
そうそう、都市伝説でした。
I heard the
君はどの
urban
程度ま
legend
で知
from
ってんの？
someone. How much do you know about it?
IBN5100 を実際に探し回ってみたが結局空き場にはなかったというオチは知っている
I actually tried looking for an IBN 5100, but in the end I came to the conclusion that there isn't one in Akiba.
そっか。そりゃそうだよね。
Well, that's true.
何か知っている口ぶりだな
You sound like you know something.
いや、知ってるような知ってないようなって感じかな。
Well, I do and I don't, I guess.
私は知らないけど、遠い知り合いが知ってて、それをちらっと聞いたことがあるみたいな。
I don't know about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine, or something like that. Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face.
貴様
Who are you?
何者
Suzuha falls back down on the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position.
IBN 5100についてのさ。
I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting
教えてあげよう
information
と
on
思
the
ったのにな。
IBN 5100.
そんな目で見られたら教える気なくなっちゃった。
But when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it
そ
anymore.
もそも俺は
I'm not interested in the
IBN
IBN 5100. I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime after all.
貴様を信用できる要素が一つもないその面白い情報が真実であるかどうかもわからない
You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not.
うわぁ、そこまで言う？確かに私、挙動不審だけどね。
I admit I am kinda suspicious.
じゃあさ、教えないけど、
I won't tell you, but I'll
ヒント
give
だ
you
け
a
あげるよ。
hint.
そんで、わかりそうでわから
And
ない
then
も
you
どかし
writhe
さ
in
に
agony
身
when
もだ
you
いて。
can't figure it out.
実は
Truth is,
IBN 5100には
the IBN
隠された機能があるんだよ。
5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function. That reminds me, I'm pretty sure John Titor from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories.
確か
If I remember correctly,
IBN5100 には独自のプログラミング言語がどうたらこうたら
can do something or other with a proprietary programming language.
嘘！なんで
How'd
知って
you
んの？
know?
なんで
I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I
能
grin.
力名サイ
It's
ズ
another one of my powers.
俺
I
は
can read your
貴
heart of
様の心の
hearts.
内を読み取ることができるのだ
何それ？反則！
For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my
す
power.
べてはお見通しだ天音鈴葉観念するがいい
Resistance is futile.
とにかく IBN 5100には隠された機能があるの。
The IBN 5100 has a hidden function.
AP エリアベーシックが普及する前に書かれた IBN の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
It can decipher IBN's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Now I remember, John Titor said the same thing in 2000, and right after that, an IBN engineer officially admitted to that function's existence.
今や IBN5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログラミング言語があったりするんだよ。
Now it's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBM 5100. The reason Titor traveled to 1975 to obtain a IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know about that sort of
だ
function.
から IBN5100 ってすっごくレアな PC なの。
That's why IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So, IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology only belongs to those chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface, but none of the conflict... Oh, there's none of the conflict you see in this era. There's no war? How is that even possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against world peace? Sounds like CERN's doing humanity a favor. This Titor guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. World in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist style of government. Except now, that system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves how that's possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without discontent? Without any discontent? I was like, the answer to that question is the reason I'm here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance. But there's no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036. How? $650. Oh, that would make you no better than Titor. You're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Titor, question: did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBM 5100? Is John Titor plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Titor was crazy, but this Hyoyun guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys. World War III. Isn't there supposed to be an IBM 5100 in Akiba? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said on a different world line? I would like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email, feel free. Serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. 20 hours have passed since Taro started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Taro while browsing at channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-tat-tat-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body's exuding an aura that says, don't talk to me. I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Titor just aren't making sense. Not even Titor himself seems to know about the Titor from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on @channel is conspiring against me. But how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Titor directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on @channel. I guess that's his way of saying bring it on. In my email, I question the differences between his post now and his post 10 years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. Many people die. By 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. John Titor travels to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100. The IBM 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBM 5100 has a hidden function, ability to read IBM's proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it doesn't appear in the manual. In 1998, Titor meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Titor was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Titor is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Titor correctly predicted the outcome of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. This is how you described yourself 10 years ago. Why have you changed your story? Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug. The Y2K bug? Oh. There was concern over the possibility of widespread computer failure when the year turned 2000. In order to save memory space, old operating systems almost abbreviated years to the final 2 digits. Hence, when 1999 changed to 2000, the last 2 digits would change from 99 to 00. If its programming didn't anticipate that change, the computer could erroneously assume that the year was 1900. It was rumored that computers in the military, financial, and government sectors might malfunction and cause worldwide catastrophe. To address this issue, countermeasures were taken in the mid-1990s to manually update every program. As a result of these countermeasures, the year 2000 problem was averted. Oh. Oh, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. It's 2025. I'm gonna ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Also, most of your predictions from back then didn't come true. Sorry for the sudden mail. If you're from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Alright, send it now. If you can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current Titer is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Titer. So, what are your true colors?
トゥットゥルーおはよ
Mayuri! We haven't seen her in so long. Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self.
こんな朝早くからどうしたのだ
What are you doing here so early?
う2人が2日連続徹夜って聞いたからね
I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies.
そうかそれはご苦労
Excellent, good job. Though to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. Took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag. And then she takes out
じゃーんおでん缶
canned Odin. Canned Odin is still warm. Wait, hold on. Ah, no. There. Canned Odin, a canned meal sold in vending machines. Each can contains a hot broth with various ingredients such as boiled egg, radish, konjac beef, and tofu. Okay. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. And when it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at.
マユシーからのプレゼントだよ1個270円もするんだから
It's a present from Mayushi. They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay?
最近バナナや唐揚げは食べ飽きていたところだ今後もこの差し入れで
I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken. Buy these instead from now on.
さすがにしょっちゅうおごれるほどマユシーのポケットマネー
Mayushi
は多
doesn't
く
have
ない
enough
ので
pocket
す
money. Wait, I want to see how much 270 yen is. Let's see. $270 yen in dollars. That's $1.80. Maybe back in 2011 that was a lot of money. That won't even get you a pack of gum nowadays.
あとバナナや唐揚げはマユシーが大好きだから今後も
Mayushi
続けま
loves
す
bananas and chicken, so she'll keep buying them. I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat no matter how much she eats.
あとね他にはあるよ
There's more! Ta-da! She produces a small box with Rainet illustration.
ライネットソーセージ
Oh.
ねおまけでウーパのボトルキャップがついてくる
With an
んだ
Upa bottle
す
cap?
ごく欲しかったから買っちゃった
She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lab will be neck deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now, like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially.
ダルくんはどう
苦戦
How's
中
Daru
だ
kun?
少しぐらい休んでもらった方がいいんだがな何もぶっ通しで何とかしろとは一言も言ってないんだから
He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said he had to do it all at once.
ダルくんのスーパーハッカー魂が
そこハカーって言わないように
Don't say haka. An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. This is Amane Suzuha. First email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Yay, don't worry, I won't email you too much and I might be slow to reply. Kinda new at this email thing, it's okay to laugh at me. Wait. It hits my head with a nice
プリ
thunk.
プリしてる
He sure is tense. Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the
で
oden.
もハッキングって悪い
Isn't
こ
hacking
となん
bad?
だよね。マユシーはね、二人にそういうことしてほしくないな。
Mayushi doesn't want you to do bad
ダル
things.
のスーパーハッカーじゃなくてハッカーとしての腕前使わなければ宝の持ち腐れだ。
Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through.
それにこれはセルンの悪事を暴くため世界を陰で支配する巨大な闇との戦いなのだよ。
Besides, we're doing this to expose CERN's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world.
悪いことは悪いことだよ。
That's unusual. Mayuri usually just accepts whatever I say. I admit it, we're doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject.
マユリよ、さ
Mayuri,
つま揚げをやるから
want
牛
to
すじ
trade
をくれないか。
want to trade my sweet potatoes for your beef?
それならうずら卵がいいな。
If you want to trade, I'd rather have your quail
ふ
eggs.
ざけるな。
Don't be
俺は牛
ridiculous.
すじの次にうずら卵が好きなのだ。
Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite.
マユシーもうずら卵好きだもん。
But Mayushi likes quail eggs too.
ちくわで手を打ってくれ。
Settle for my chikua. Chikua? What is that?
わかったよ。さつま揚げよりはちくわだもんね。
With that said, I skewer the chikua and put it in Mayuri's can. And I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food. It's so easy to manipulate her.
もうすぐなんだよ。 SQL のテーブル一覧さえ手に入れればパスワード特定余裕なんだよ。
Daru has started
僕を
talking to
なめん
himself.
な。
Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is a super haka. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters.
おほ来た来た来た。いいよいいよ。ほら観念して俺の前に全部晒しやがれっつうの。すっぱだかにされてる気分はどうだよ。ひゃっ
His eyes are bloodshot and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens up a new window, types in a 12-character string, and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally...
おお来た来た。 ID とパス一致。ひょっほー。ログイン完了だゴラ。死ねえなめんな。Yes yes yes。
Matching ID and password. Login complete. Hell yeah, taste it. What enthusiasm.
やったのか。
Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. It's as if he's gone into la petite mort. A condition of mental and physical release unique to male physiology, characterized by a feeling of supreme calm and composure. Entering this state is almost like becoming an empty shell, also known as hyper sage time or saint time.
ミッションコンプリート。
本当か。
わあ、すごいね。よくわかんないけど。
After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened oden can.
仕事の後のおでん缶って最高すぎだろう。
An oden can's the best after a job well
よくやった。
done.
やはり
So
お
it's
前
a
は
can
世
of
界最高のスーパーハッカー。
Like Campbell's chicken noodle.
ハッカーな。
Hacker.
ハッカーだ。お前が敵でなくてよかった。それで世界滅亡計画の証拠は見つかったか。
Did you find out how they're planning
いや
to destroy the
まだ
world?
見てねっつうの。 つながっただけ。
Haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get us connected.
ま、ここまで来ればあとは楽だけど
But
な。
it's all downhill from here.
ならば疲れているところ悪いが早速調べてくれ。きっとあるはずなのだ、陰謀の影が。
The keys to this conspiracy have gotta be in there.
はいはい、やりますよ。でも
Let
そ
me
の
eat
前
this
におで
Odin
ん缶
can
食わせろ。
first. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before.
手に入れたパスがセルンの誰のものなのかってのが問
The
題なんだ
question
よ
is who
な。
this password belongs to.
どういうこと？
Why is that?
セルンのデータベースに入ってデータのテーブル一覧をゲットしたんよ。そっから11111111とか ABCDEFGH みたいな簡単なパスワードを使ってる関係者に的を絞って ID 手に入れたわけ。
From there, I focused on people with simple passwords like 11111 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID.
その ID の持ち主がサーバー管理者だったら最高なんだけど、さすがにそこまで運は良くないと思う。
It'd be awesome if this turns out to be the server admin's logon, but I don't think we're that lucky.
日本語で OK だよ。
右に同じく。
要するにセルンのサーバー管理者のパスだったならセルンの全身を舐め回すように弛緩しまくりだけど、そうじゃない普通の研究員か何かならおっぱいしか見せてもらえない的な。
Low-key, my shirt kind of looks like the one Mayuri has. Not planned.
ダルク、エッチだね。
エロい例えをするな。つまり見られる情報が限定されてしまうということだろう。
There will be limits to what information we can
そういうこと。
access. Exactly.
ま、サーバー管理者を特定して
It's only a matter of
パスをゲッ
time
トするの
before
も
I
時
get a
間の
server
問題だけど、
admin's password.
それ
Let's
は
save
ま
that
た
for
今度に
later.
するわ。
I'm really sleepy
さ
now.
すがに眠くてあんま頭が働かん。
It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest and regain his energy.
お、どうやら手に入れた ID は加速器部門担当者のものらしいよ。
Looks like our ID belongs to an accelerator division chief,
サーバー管理者じゃないの
so it's not a server admin.
一発で当てるなんて奇跡でも起きない限り無理だっつうの。
It would take a
セ
miracle
ル
to
に
get one
何
on
人
our
の
first
関
try.
係者がいると思ってるんだぜ。
How many staff members do you think CERN has?
何
6000人以上。
Over 6,000. That many?
まあとりあえずこの加速器部門担当者の名前は
Let's look at this accelerator division chief. His name
ジャックさん
is
のメールのログをち
Jack.
ょろっと覗かせてもらおうよ。
Let's look at his email log. And of course, the emails come up in English.
うわわ、まゆしは頭が痛くなってきました。
That makes Mayushi's head hurt. It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English.
誰よ、なんと書いてあるのだ。
翻訳しないと。
エキサイト先生にご登場願え。
Is a job for
そ
Dr.
んなめん
Excite.
どいことしてらんねえっつの。
Boots up translation software, auto translates the open page. Poor unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year.
新年の挨拶みたいっすな。バカンスでスペイン行くとか裏山。
That email's normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
こういうログを漁っていけばそのうちサーバー管理者も特定できるのだぜ。
If we keep scouring the log like this, we can...
あのね、他人のメールを勝手に見るのってすごくごめんなさいって
Looking through someone
気
else's
持ちに
email without permission makes me feel really guilty. Mayuri gets depressed and moves away from the computer.
俺はとっくに悪の道に踏み込んだの。
I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago.
責任は全てこの俺が取る。
Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes.
うほ僕
What a
オカ
guy.
リンなら掘られてもいい。
それはお断りだ。というわけでダルよ、心置きなく覗き見
Oh
るの
my
だ。
オカ
god.
リンって悪い
You make Mayushi sad. That's of no concern to
悲
me.
しいです
You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. It looks like he sends email like these almost daily.
LHC の実験レポートか。タイムマシンのヒントが得られるかもしれん。
LHC experiment report.
これ見たら確実にヤバそうだけどな。
It was definitely a crime, though. That's what his lips say, but his hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of
こ
symbols.
れ暗号化されてる。
It is encrypted.
さすがに簡単にはいかないか。
ま、この程度の暗号を解くのはへでもないがな。
Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. Real-time SIG is deciphering the crappy machine translation.
意訳すると、はいポール。
そういう演技は無用だ。
サイですか。今日付の実験データをサーバーにアップしておいた。LHC の調子は良好だ。あくまで LHC はだが。
Uploaded today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though.
こいつはまるで猫みたいに気まぐれだが、
This baby's
ここ1
fickle
ヶ
as a
月ほどは
cat,
驚くほど素直だ。
but it was surprisingly
ずっとこの調子
obedient
だ
this
といいんだ
month.
がな。
It would be great if it stayed like this forever.
少し報われない仕事だと思わないか。この子猫、大猫と言うべきか。はははははは。が稼働して9年になるが。
This kitten, this 27-kilometer long kitten, has been in operation for 9 years. Our research will change the course of history. Yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it.
もっとも公表されたらされたでいい晒し者になるのがオチだろうがな。
Of course, if it were ever officially released, it would be one hell of a scandal.
世の中の連中はきっとこう言うだろうさ。今すぐロバート・ゼメキフをセルンに呼んでください。そうすれば1年と経たないうちに作ってもらえるだろうってな。
People would probably say something like, call Robert Zemeckis to CERN right away. He could build it in less than a year.
9年
9 years? Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumbs. Calm down, let's sort things out.
Do you
think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Daru notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does.
翻訳ソフトを信じるならミスはないんじゃね。ところどころへんてこな日本語になってるのは確かだけど。
If you trust the translation software, then that's what it says. The Japanese is strange in places, though.
だとしたら妙なことになる。
But that doesn't make
LHC が稼
sense.
働を開始したのは
I thought the LHC
去年の
was
春ぐらいだったはずだ。
put into operation
だがこの
around
メール
spring
では
last year.
9年前から稼働していたと読み取れる。
But this email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years.
おかしいな。
That is strange. The email's send date is this year, 2010. So 9 years ago makes it 2001. John Titor posted this on @channel yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes. I gulp. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Zemeckis is a super famous Hollywood movie director. He directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. No way. Was I right? Turns hiding a major secret from the world. And it's related to time travel.
ダル、もっと調べてくれ。タイムマシン研究の痕跡を探すんだ。
Keep looking, Daru. Search for anything related to time machine research.
マジでか。
Seriously? I don't know if that is questioning my order or possibility that Stern might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again.
どのメールにもタイムマシンって単語は出てこないけ
There
ど
aren't any emails with the phrase time machine in them,
Z プログラムって単語が
but the
こ
phrase
の数ヶ
Z
月で100
program
箇所以上も使われてる。
was used hundreds of times in the past few
こ
months.
れ今 LHC を使ってやってる実験のことじゃね？
Do you think this could be about the current LHC experiments?
その具体的な内容はブラックホールの生成実験か。
What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments?
どっかに資料は見つけた。
Let's try looking for a document. Ah, found one. Daru opens a PDF attachment.
ほほう、なんかこれフランスとイギリスとオランダのトップシークレット扱いっぽい。
Looks like this is top secret stuff from France, England, and Holland.
国家最高機密。
Government secrets.
セルンは国家機関じゃないはずなのに、なんでだろう。
CERN's not even a government organization, so why?
つうか国家機密ってさすがにまずいんじゃね？
Should we be looking at this stuff? We might be a little deep here.
構わん。
I don't
詳細
care.
を調べろ。
Get me
いやいや
details.
バレたらただじゃ済まんし。
If we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology.
お前はハッキングで足がつくような無能なのか？
Are you so incompetent as to let yourself be traced?
そうならないようにはしてる。
I took the necessary
だったら何
precautions.
も問題はない。
Then I failed to see the problem.
そりゃどうも。
Well, thanks. Zato makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the Z program and feeds it into the translation software.
5月14日第137次 Z プログラム実験レポート。
May 14th, 137th Z program experiment report.
なお、ミニブラックホール生成ミッションはすでに確立しているため報告は省く。
Because we have already
第一に
succeeded at creating mini black holes, the report is omitted. First,
ストップ
all of a sudden, Titor's prediction became a reality.
やはりセルンは LHC を使ったミニブラックホール生成に成功していたのだ。
So CERN did use the LHC to generate mini black holes.
公式には実験はまだ成功してないって発表されてるのにな。
But they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded, so why? This is what Titor was referring to when he posted, "Don't believe what they say."
そもそも実験の目的は新しい素粒子反応を起こすことであってミニブラックホール生成じゃないし。
But the goal of the experiment wasn't even to generate mini black holes. It was to create new elementary particle reactions. Dado doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor.
だが実際にはすでにミニブラックホールは生成されている。
But in reality, they're already generating those mini black holes.
みたいだな。
Sure does seem like it.
その先には何と書いてある？
What does it say next?
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ詳細は別紙ゼリーマンズレポートナンバー14を参照。
Error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number
リフ
14.
ターの調整および各局所は適合地点をオンラインとして確定できない限り実験は停止するべきと提案する。
We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online.
どういう意味だ？
ヒューマンイズデッドって人が死んだって意味。
Somebody died? Seriously? This isn't a joke anymore. Something's very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. And what if we are? I'm not afraid. After all, I'm an insane mad scientist, Hyoyin Kyoma. We can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart.
ゼリーマンズレポートというのは何だ？
Dado starts typing once I ask my question, but soon he clicks his tongue.
ジャックさんのメール
I
には
can't
見
find
当
it
た
in
らない
Jack's
な。
email. We need an
誰
account
か
with
もっと
more
偉い人
privileges.
かさ。
ではそれは後回しだ。タイムマシンについて探してくれ。
さすがに出てこないんじゃね？
After that, Daru spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines.
加速器技術委員会とか LHC 計画責任者とかって単語が出てきたからその辺の ID を見当をつけて探すかな。そっちからならもっと突っ込んだ情報が手に入るかもしれんわな。
Words like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we should look for an ID from there. Maybe then we can get more information.
ジャックさんの ID では調べられないのか？
You can't look it up with the ID you have? Daru shakes his head.
では今日のところはこれまでか。
Well, I guess let's call it a day.
ちなみにさ、今見てたのがセルンの一番でかいサーバーなんだけど実はもう一個妙なデータベースがあったんだよね。
By the way, what we just saw was CERN's biggest server, but I also found a strange database on the network.
妙？
Strange how?
バグってた。
It was buggy,
バグ？
いやバグっつうか
full of
一
some
応プ
kind
ロ
of
グラムもう
code.
意味不すぎてむちゃくちゃっつう
But the
か
code was
全くもって
gibberish.
解読不能です本当にありがとうございました
Utterly
っつ
impossible
う
to
か
暗号化されている可能性は？
Could it be encrypted?
あれは暗号には見えないのだぜ。そもそもプログラムとして成立してないんだよね。ただそんな誰にも見ら
That's
れ
what
な
they
いよう
need
な
the
データベ
computer
ースがな
for.
んで
The
置いてある
IBM
のかは気になる。
5100. Right? Maybe. I think so. It wouldn't even work as a program. It just bothers me. Why would they have a database that no one could ever use?
気になるな。
That is strange.
ちょっと解
Come on,
析して
piece
み
it
るわ。
together. Dado tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database, but after about an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of
ああ
frustration.
わからん。全然わからん。
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
こんなん絶対プログラムじゃねえよボケ。死ねカスがうっけー。
You call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell. Oh, great. He snapped.
もうやめた方がいいよ。
I think you should stop. Mayuri puts down her sewing tools and turns to Daru with a worried look on her face.
頭もよく回らんし、もう無理。ふへふへ。
This is bad. Daru's breaking down. Maybe I'm pushing him too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit.
ご苦労だった。もう休め、ダル。
Good work. Go rest, Daru.
そうするわ。
Yeah, I'll do that.
つうかさ、もしこれがバグじゃなくてガチでプログラムだとしても、作ったやつにしかわからんよ。
Anyway, even if it isn't a bug but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it.
こんなん
I've
見た
never
こと
seen
ない
anything
し。
like it. Program unlike anything he's seen. Music burst from my pocket. John Titor. If everything you wrote is true, then we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBM 5100's hidden functionality, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I'm indeed surprised you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000. Though it is possible I may go there later. There are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Titor who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you have told me. But that would cause a chicken and an egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional and making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set this possibility aside. Third, you may have seen something I wrote on a different world line, which would mean that 10 years ago you existed on a different world line than the one we're on now. However, that raises another issue. When the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from the past to the future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line, unless you are a time traveler, that is. Do you have any idea what the cause could be? I gulp. A flash runs through my head like an electric shock. There's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first several lines. Mayushi looks at me curiously, but I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces in my mind.
John Titor, Cell, Time Machine.
John Titor, CERN, the time machine. These things are all connected. And now I have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance.
ダルよ。もしかするとそのプログラムの正体判明するかもしれんぞ。
Daru, I think I know how we can read that program.
マジでどうやって
I aim my phone's camera at the screen displaying the supposedly bugged data and take a picture. I attach, does this code look familiar? Send it to Titor. Mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything Super Hacker Daru has ever seen. Its true form
俺の
is...
ひらめきが正しければ
If my hunch is correct, John Titor should know.
は
What?
何
There's
とで
no
も言
way.
うがいい。答えはすぐに出る。
We wait for Titor's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me.
来た。
It's here. That's written in proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with IBM 5100. And its contents are enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected.
やはりって
Huh?
ダルよ。俺の予想は正しかった。
I was right, Daru.
判明したぞ。そのプログラムの正体が。
I know where that data comes from.
IBN5100
An IBM 5100. That retro PC has a certain special function. In fact, for more than 25 years, it went to market in 75, no one knew of it except a few IBM engineers. That function was first brought to light by John Titor, who appeared in 2000. A while after Titor posted about it, an actual IBM engineer admitted to the hidden function's existence. Which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha about this only yesterday.
APL や BASIC が普及する前に書かれた IBM の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
It can also decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Yes. Let's do auto.
IBM5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログ
Now
ラ
it's
ミ
a
ング
dead
言語があ
programming
ったりするん
language,
だ
only
よ。
decipherable with an IBM 5100. What an incredible coincidence. Prime example of synchronicity at work. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings. Okay, wait. Okay.
いいな、断じていいなだ。我らにとってこの発見はまさに必然。これこそがシュタインズゲートの選択だと
This
いう
is
こと
the
だ。
choice of Steins
つまり
Gate.
セルンは
So CERN has an IBM 5100 database? Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software.
なんでそんなわけわからんことを
Why would they do something like that?
ならば聞くが、
Answer me this.
外部からのクラッ
What's
キ
the
ング
best way
に
to
対する
secure a machine
最高のセ
against
キュリティ
external
方法は何だ。
cracking?
そりゃスタンドアローンだろ。
Make it standalone, of course. Daru quickly catches on to the intent of my question.
IBM5100 でしか解読できない
If
なら
only IBM
それは疑似
5100
的
can
なス
read
タン
it,
ドア
then
ロー
I
ンって
guess
わけ
that's
か。
kind of standalone.
ゆえにそこに眠るのはセルンにとって最重要の機密だということだ。
Which means that CERN's keeping their most important secrets hidden there.
つか、オーカリンはなんでその隠された機
How do
能
you
の
know
こと知
about
ってる
that
ん？
hidden function
ソース
anyway?
は？
俺の頭の中に眠る膨大なインデックスに記述されている。どうでも言ってお
Is
こう。
recorded in my brain's extensive index librorum prohibitorum. Titor said it himself 10 years ago, but Daru wouldn't believe me if I told him the truth.
パクリ設定オツ。
Very original. I ignored Daru's retort.
マユリ、大事な話があるから集まれ。
We have important matters to discuss. Assemble.
ここからでも聞こえるよ。
Mayuri's sewing. She doesn't get off the sofa.
聞こえるとか聞こえないとかの問
Doesn't
題では
matter
な
what
い
you
のだ。
can hear or not.
これは我ら未来ガジェット研究所にとって、いや人類の未来にとって
This meeting concerns the fate of the future gadget laboratory. Nay, the fate of mankind.
だからもっとこう
So I wanted
秘
to
密めい
feel
た
more
感じというか、企ん
like
でい
we're
る感じ
scheming
を
or
出したい。
something. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mayuri's fault.
マユシーは悪巧みには参加しません。
Mayushi won't participate in your evil schemes. I can't have everything my way.
二人とも聞け。
Henceforth, the future gadget laboratory shall begin
緊急極秘作戦を発動させ
emergency
る。
top secret operations.
これは世界を影から操る巨大な闇との戦いの第一歩となるだろう。敵はセルン、世界的な研究機関でありながら邪悪な研究に見られた連中である。
This shall be the first stage in our war against the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged in the most evil research imaginable.
オカリン声でけえ。徹夜明けにはきついっす。
Okarin, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. I guess I am being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. If Suzuha's down below, I'm sure she can hear everything. So I turn it down a notch.
いいか。世界にマッドサイエンティストは2人いらん。奴らに先んじられる前に我らが出し抜いてやるのだ。
Understand, the world has no need for two mad scientists. Before they can get ahead of us, we must outwit them.
奴らって
Who are they?
奴らは奴らだ。
You know them.
マユシは全然わかんないよ。
Mayushi doesn't get it at all.
この秋葉のどこかにあるという幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 を手に入れる。
Basically, we must obtain the Phantom Retro PC, the IBN 5100, said to be located somewhere in Akiba. I made a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes, and Mayuri returns to her needlework. Is there anything you guys react to? We've uncovered massive conspiracy here. How come you aren't excited?
僕探すのはパス。マジで寝させてよ。それとセルンの中をもっと探りたい件について。
I'll pass on the search. I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server.
そうだったな。
That's true.
まあ
Well,
それができる
you're the
のは
only one who
誰
can do
だ
that,
けなんだ
Daru, so I'll leave it
そ
to
っち
you.
は任せる。では IBN5100 の捜索は
So the IBN 5100 investigation squad shall consist of Mayuri and me.
無理だよ。
I can't. Mayuri makes an apologetic
バ
face.
ス作りもあ
I
る
have
し。
to make costumes, so I have to work too. So basically, you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time.
いいだろう。
Fine, I'll
この件は俺
manage
が何とかする。
alone somehow.
そうなった以上
It's useless to try and stop me. Understood?
分かったな。
また何か。
Oh,
悪いこ
cold.
としようとしてる。
bad again?
いや、口だけじゃね。
He's all talk. I leave my useless comrades behind and stride gallantly out of the lab. I step out onto the street. Immediately, a bicycle skids to stop in front of me.
はーい。岡部倫太郎。
Suzuha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask, are you American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same one that was in front of Brown Tube Workshop yesterday. I guess it belongs to her. Wonder how much that set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive.
なかなかのテクだな。
Pretty nice technique there.
自転車ってほんと楽しいよね。私、自転車乗るのってこの町に来てからが初めてでさ。
Bicycles are fun, aren't they?
自転車に
You've never ridden a bicycle?
バイクはよく乗ってたんだけどね。
I've ridden motorcycles before, though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. What's with that flashy braking back there? I think it was pretty dangerous if she did that all throughout town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. See that pattern all the time. If you're gonna go full speed, at least wear a helmet.
今からバイトか。
Going to work now?
さあ、
Yep. The Brown Tube's workshop shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until around 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Brown's mood.
ちょうどよかった。お前に話がある。
これから開店準備しな
I need to get the shop ready for business.
何を準備することがある？
Just what does this crumbly old Brown Tube workshop need to get ready?
ないね。全
Nothing
く。
really.
店の前を
Jeez.
チョロチョロっと掃き掃除するぐらい。中は掃除しようとすると店長が怒るし。
I just
これが
mindlessly
完
sweep
璧
in
な
front
配
of the
置なんだよ
shop.
って。
If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything's where it needs to be, he says. So he's paying her to not clean? Something's wrong with that guy.
ならば話をさせてもらおう。
So hear me out then.
でもな、眠いしな。
But I'm so tired. In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glare at her.
あまり
You would
俺
be
を怒らせない方がいい。
unwise to anger me.
今すぐ 後じゃないとダメな
Does it have
感
to
じ？
be right now? My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still managed to maintain my stern expression and nod.
じゃあどうぞ。
Then go ahead. Suzuha shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle and then turns to me.
ただし手短に頼
But
む
keep
よ。
it short, okay?
IBN5100 は
Where's the IBN 5100?
ね、
No intel yet.
不明
What?
不明。
I don't know. Oh,
昨日のお前の口ぶりは
but by the way, you talked yesterday. It sounded like you knew.
知ってるのは私の知り合いだって
No,
ば。
I know someone who
なら
knows.
ば
Take me to them. I won't take no for an answer.
無理。
I can't. I even said I'd show you a living hell.
会いたくても会えないからさ。
I can't introduce you even if I wanted
ど
to.
ういう意味だ
What do you mean?
ま
Don't
さ
tell me
か
they're an
想像上の存在
imaginary.
か
死んだから。
They've been
None
dead
of
for
mine.
years. Oh,
すまなかった
I'm sorry.
いいのいいの。
There's nothing I can
ま
tell you.
あそんなわけで
I was hoping you
私
can
の
tell
持っ
me
てる情
something.
報そんなに大したことないわけ。むしろ私の方が教えてもらいたいぐらいだよ。
Funny, you think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer her up. Just then, Mr. Brown opens the door and makes his appearance.
おいバイト
Hey,
まだ
part-timer!
3日目なのに遅刻してんじゃね
It's only your third day and you're late.
ああ店長
Sorry,
ごめん
boss.
ちょっと朝から
The
立て
streets
込ん
were
で
a
て
little
さ。
crowded this morning.
え真面目にやらねえならいつでもクビにするからな岡部もうちのバイトに手つけようとしてんじゃねえぞ
Don't you lay a finger on my
しているのはあ
part-timer.
なたではないのか
Aren't you the
Mr.
lecherous
Brown.
one here, Mr. Brown?
もしないがいる前で
Just try saying something like that in front of Nay. I'll murder you.
父親としてのさまさまそんなしょんべんくせえガキに浴場なんかするかよ
何を店長今の取り消して。
Take that back, boss. Suzuha's actually
Mom.
mad now.
私はガキじゃない。いつ
I'm a warrior.
お前何言ってんだ
Suzuha's burning passion has the manager shocked. I on the other hand am impressed. I take Suzuha's hand and grasp it firmly.
いい目をしている
I
な
like the look in your eyes,
Vital
part-time
sense.
warrior. They shine with the
現代人
radiance of the beast
野獣
unseen
さな
in
がら
modern
の
men.
その目を忘れるな
Never forget those eyes of yours,
So
and you shall
すればお前は必ず
surely
や
change class from
Vital
part-time
sense か
warrior
真
to
の
true
戦士
warrior.
っていうか私は
セルン殿ラグナロックの暁には共に戦おうではないか
Stay diligent in your training, and you shall have a
Shoji
place at my
Severani.
side on the field of Ragnarok.
ラグナロック
Suzuha looks
何
confused.
それ
What's that?
セルン殿
The final battle against
そんな
Stern.
の起きる予定があんの
You've got something like that planned? Count me in if you do, but I've never heard
当
of
た
it.
り前だ
Of course you haven't. This is
今初
the
めて明か
first
した
time
のだ
I've revealed it. It shall be
Ragnarok
the
は
one
俺
to
の
initiate Ragnarok,
世
and the
界を
world
作り
shall
変え
be
るため
reborn.
にだ
おお岡部倫太郎ってば勇ましいじゃん。どうせ失敗するだろうけどその心意気は好きだよ。
You sure are brave, but you'll probably fail. I like your spirit.
私の仲間も君ぐらい気概があればよかったんだけどな。
I wish my comrades were as spirited as you are. Apparently, Suzuka has comrades. I'd like her to introduce me. That way I can form my personal army, the Phoenix Crusaders. Wait a sec. Why does she assume I'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Hyoya and Kyoma into this girl.
なんでうちの店の周りには
Why does
変
my
なやつ
store
ばっか
attract
集まっ
nothing
て
but
る
weirdos?
バイトいいからさっさと店に入れ
Part-timer, come inside.
じゃあね岡部倫太郎。
Suzuha waves and winks at me as she heads inside the store.
おかり待って待って。
Wait up, Okarin. Then Mayuri comes down the stairs, passing Suzuha.
やはり一緒に探す気になったかいいラボ面精神だ
So you're gonna help me search after all. That's the lab mem spirit.
違う
No,
よ。
that's
お
not
昼
it.
ご飯を買って ってこようかと思って。
I was thinking about buying lunch.
だ
She really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet.
でどこ
Where
で
do you
買うつも
plan
り
to
だ
go?
どうしようかな。
What to eat? Mayuri places her finger on her bottom lip in thought as she walks.
サンボの牛丼もいいな。
Sambo's beef bowl sounds good. This tiny high school girl truly has guts to enter Sambo alone. That place isn't like chain restaurants with their colorful menus and brightly lit interiors. First timers are often cowed by the old school atmosphere. Code? Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male, but Mayuri doesn't care. She just sits there shoulder to shoulder with students and salarymen, smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, Sanbis, regular Sambo customers, are posting comments online like, "The goddess has arrived! The goddess for the win!"
だがサンボはこの時間だとまだ
But
開店
Sambo
していない
isn't
ぞ
open this early. I try to warn her, but Mayuri's no longer there. She's gone. Mayuri disappears like this every so often. Each time she does, I wonder for one terrible second if she really has vanished from the world. I look around and see Mayuri standing at a distance. She's gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She's stopped in the middle of the street so other pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky as if entranced. And then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mayuri's habits. I call it Stardust Handshake. Mayuri says she's liked looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic or perhaps childish.
星に届かないかなって思って。
I feel like I can reach the stars. When I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave me that answer. At first, she only reached out to the night sky, but lately she's been doing it without regard to the time of day. Like now, even when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her just seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy.
星なんて見えないだろ
It's too early for stars, Mayuri. I walk up to Mayuri and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank smile on her face.
あのね、お昼でもお星様はそこにあるんだよ。
Did you know, even during the day, the stars are still up there?
哲学的なことを言うのは結構だが道のど真ん中で立ち止まるのは危ないだろうが
Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street.
そうそう。今空を見てて思ったんだけどね。マユシーは今日のお昼はラーメンにします。
Just now, when I was looking up at the stars, I decided to have ramen for lunch today. How are ramen and the stars even related? Mayuri's mind works in mysterious ways. I know I said I'd search for the IBN 5100, but I have no idea where to start. I spent about an hour in the internet cafe searching for information, but turned up nothing. I buy some mango juice with tapioca from the juice stand inside Yorobashi. I lose myself in thought as I drink it. It's Saturday, so it's starting to get crowded in front of the station. Some maids are distributing leaflets to the people coming out. I know that is well acquainted with retro PCs, but is there anyone else? Oh yeah, Shining Finger was obsessed with the IBM 5100, wasn't she? I'm really reluctant to contact that male demon though. But ultimately, my feelings are trivial. Ragnarok hangs in the balance. But I decide not to bother. I finish my drink, wander towards Chuodori. Toradora! Guys, that's Toradora! Then comes an email, almost as if on cue. Don't tell me, is it the male demon? Will you get back to me already? It's like she can read my mind. I instinctively scan the area, searching for that gloomy woman in the crowd. No sign of her tailing me. Oh well, I guess I'll send her a reply. I don't know Shining Finger's phone number, so I'll just send her an email for the time being. Oh. In the email, I ask her to call and include my phone number. Now I just have to wait for her response. She says she doesn't like calling. I don't like talking on the phone, so let's exchange emails instead. There's a lot to cover, rather not have to type it all. I need to find out her phone number. And send. I look up after finishing my email and see a huge crowd of people in front of Radikan. Guess the satellite is still a big deal. The media presence hasn't died down since the day of the crash either. Radikan is still closed. And of course, the satellite is still there. Not 30 seconds pass before I get a reply. Kurisu!
Oh.
If it isn't my
こ
assistant,
こで何をしている
what are you doing here?
あのな、私がいつ
When
助
did I
手になった
become your assistant? She looks like she'll snap at me, so to dampen her spirit, I go back to checking my email. Told her to tell me her phone number and she just ignored me. She doesn't even have any information. How useless can
な
you
んで
be?
私あんたに睨まれ
気にするな
You're not the cause of my frustration. You're just
睨まないで
raging?
よ
Don't glare at me.
お前だって以前
You
俺のことを
glared at me
何度も
before,
睨んだだ
haven't
ろ
you?
それはあんたが変態行為を
That's because you keep doing purry.
何も言うまい
I'm not saying anything. No. I want to snap my phone in half and throw it on the ground. What do you mean? Tell me the super hacker's address. Making fun of me with that? You're not getting anything from me. Anyway, why does she send me 2 short consecutive emails? She might as well just combine them into
そ
one.
んなに嫌なメールが来たの
嫌というより常識外れなのだ
They're more unreasonable than unpleasant. Can't quite describe it in one word. Stop sending me all these short emails. Just gather all your thoughts and send them together.
So, それでクリスティーナここで何をしている
せめて呼び名ぐらい統一してほしいよ私が何してたって別にいいでしょ
My business here doesn't concern
なんだ
you. Why are
何を
you
すねている
pouting?
拗ねてない
I'm not pouting. I
ただ
just don't want to get
で
involved
き
in
れ
your
ばあんたとは
silly
もう
games
関わ
again.
り合い
何をバカなお前はすでにラボメンなのだぞラブの利益のために働いてもらわないと困る
You're already a lab mem. You have a duty to work for the benefit of the lab. She's only a temporary member. No, it's because she's a temporary member that we need to get as much out of her as we can.
好奇心に負けてあの時の自分
I
を
regret
恨むわ
losing myself to curiosity back then. Kurisu sighs and looks up at the satellite. We're not alone. Several other people are standing here and looking up. It's Akiba's latest tourist
人工衛
attraction.
星を見に来たのか
Did you come to see the satellite?
まあね
I guess.
信じられないと思わない
It doesn't make sense.
人工衛星って普通大気圏で燃え尽きるように軌道を
Normally they
計算して落とされるのに
calculate satellites' orbit so that they can burn up in the atmosphere when they fall. How can that thing be in such perfect condition? And that's to say nothing of the huge hole it punched in the building. Are satellites that durable?
そもそもあれは
Where's the
どこの
satellite
人
from
工衛
anyway?
星だったのだ
まだ分かってないって
They still don't know.
旧ソ連のものかもって噂だけど
Rumors say it's from the former
Russia is
Soviet Union, but
おかげ
Russia
で
denies it.
撤去しようにもできない
Looks like they
らしい
can't remove it yet. 3 days have passed and still unknown. How interesting. I smell a
そ
conspiracy.
うかあれも機関の差し金だったのだ
They knew I'd be at
ラ
Radikan
ジ
and
カにい
tried
た
to
この俺を
erase me.
抹殺するためのな
機関何それ
機関は機関だ
The organization is the
正式名称
organization.
は別にあるがその存在を知る者は全員イフの感情を込めて機関とだけ呼ぶ
Its formal name is something else, but all those who know its existence call it the organization out of fear.
世界を影から
They
操
rule
る
the world from the shadows,
国家を超越した
transcending
秘密
nations
機関
with politics, economics, religion, and even science in
経済
their clutches.
どう見ても陰謀論です。本当にあり
Is that a... That's a tip, but like I don't get it. Isn't it just thank you very much? Oh, no, not there. Tips list. Kurisu hangs her head and blushes for some
どうかし
reason.
たか
What's wrong?
どうもしてない。ほんとなんでもないから。
Crazy girl.
それより例の電話に
What happened
何を
with the
そんなに
phone
興
wave?
奮しているのだ。ちなみに電話レンジではなく電話レンジ過去仮
いいから答えなさい。
Have you learned anything? No progress.
実験を繰り返してみたが
We tried repeating the experiment, but at present we haven't been able to reproduce the discharge phenomenon or send another email to the past.
そう。
I really need information. You're the only lead I have right now. I'm relying on you. I swear I won't send any more short mail, so don't abandon me. I need help to look for an IBN 5100. I promise I'll let you know as soon as I learn anything, so let's work together, okay? Looks like she's rethinking things. Hopefully I don't have to worry about any more email assaults.
ハロー。人
そう言うな。メールマが改心したのだからそれについてきちんと評価してやらねばならない。
なんでそんなに偉そう。
その言葉そっくりそのまま返してやるぞクリスティーナ。
Let's send a reply.
メール交換は済んだ。
ほう俺のマナーを覚えてい
皮肉で言ったのよ。
I was being facetious.
る。どこが皮肉なんだお前は俺の正しい名をよ。
岡部さんって頭おかしいでしょ。
俺は岡部ではない。
あんたと話すの疲れる。
This is exhausting.
お前はあの実験の後タイムマシンなど嘘だ。
おいこら、勝手に私に。
そうあれはまだ5歳の頃クリスティーナはアーカンソー州の草原で雷に
撃たれとらんわ。5歳の頃はまだバリバリ日本在住よ。っていうかなんでアーカンソーなのよ。
Arkansas is
のどかな風景
crazy.
を思い浮かべた時最初に浮かんだ州の名はアーカンソーであり次に浮かんだのがオレゴンだった。
That's funny.
そこはユタじゃない？
Not
相
Utah?
対的に見てユタの方。
では答えよクリスティーナ。なぜあの時
Why'd you freak out back then?
確信があって言ったわけじゃない。
I didn't want to
単
believe.
に信じたくなかっただけってロジックよ。
Fringe science should stay in the realm of fiction.
とんでも科学だと
Fringe science?
お前もはっきり見たはずだ。
Say it with your own eyes. You saw the email leap to the past. You saw the banana travel instantly through space.
見たけど
We must be missing something. Or we're just seeing what we want to
私た
see.
ちが都合のいい解釈をしてるだけ。 ATF で言わなかった？
Remember what I said about
タイムマ
ATF?
シンは今の技術では夢物語よ。
Time machines are just a pipe dream given modern technology.
ましてやあんたたちみたいなお遊びサークルが電話と電子レンジをくっつけただけのガラクタ
And yet a bunch of amateurs like you stick a phone and a microwave together and expect time travel to occur?
だが実際に起きた。
But it did occur.
お前は自分自身の目で見たことを否定するのか。現実よりも理論こそが正しいというのか。
言葉遊びってどういうこと？
量子論など俺からしてみれば言葉遊びにしか見えない。
ちょっとあんたね、現代
現象に対して素直になれ。起きたことが全てであり起きていないこと観測できていないことは全て
Only
仮
things
説
that
でしかない。
matter are things that happen. Things that don't happen Things that aren't observed are just hypotheses.
仮説を積み上げて理
When
論が証明された
hypotheses
時
pile up
それは本物
and
になる
theories are verified, they become
そうや
reality.
って現
That's
代
how
物
modern
理学は宇
physics
宙
comes to
すべ
understand
て
the
の
truth
真
of
実
the
を理解
universe.
だが仮説が間違っている場合もある。
Even
かのアインシュ
Einstein
タイン
was
でさ
wrong about
え
some
間違えた
things.
ことがあるのだ。
間違いかもしれないからやらないのだったらあんたは一生あの小汚いビルに引きこもって王様を気取っていなさい
So you're going to do nothing? Just because you could be wrong? Then enjoy your dirty little lab and your silly gadgets, because that's all you'll ever have. You'll never reach the truth that way. Failure teaches success.
なるほど。いい反論
Nice
だ。
rebuttal.
あくまで上から目線
You're
なんだ
never getting off your high horse, are
と
you?
ころでクリスティーナよ。
By the way, Christina, I've always
俺は
felt
常
that's
々
like
感じていた。
physicists
物理学者には
are
矛盾がある。
hypocrites.
矛盾
What?
現実に起きていて、誰もが知っているが、未だ解明さ
There
れ
are
ていない。
phenomena that everyone knows
物理学者も手をつけようとしない現象というものは確かに存在する。
occur in reality, but in
それに
which
ついてはどう
physicists
思う？
refuse to research. What do you think
例を
about
挙げて
that?
もらわないとわからない
I don't know what to say unless you give me some examples.
例えば、
Ghosts, for
幽霊。
instance.
オカルトかよ
オカルトだからといって思考停止か？それはお前がたった今言ったことと矛盾するぞ。
You refuse to research it just because it's the occult? That contradicts what you just said.
そんなことじゃ真実には絶対たどり着けない。
You'll never reach the truth that way.
幽霊を見る人間は確かに存在する。映像としても証拠が存在している。
People have seen ghosts. There's even photographic evidence.
にもかかわらず、
So where are the
なぜ他
theories?
の仮説をこねくり回し続けていられるのだ？
Why do physicists refuse to speak?
専攻が違うわ
It's a different field of study.
解明されていない現象に先行もクソもあるまい。
You can't call physics the study of natural phenomena and then decide some things don't count.
But
というわけで、過去へメールを
That's
送
why
る
we
現
must
象を
investigate the
きちんと
phenomenon
検
of
証す
sending
べき。
emails to the past. You shall assist
嫌
me.
よ
No. Kurisu gives me a clear-cut answer, along with her usual glare. So the genius girl really does hate me.
私はとんでも科学には手は出
I
さ
won't
ない
have a hand in your fringe
父と同じ失
science.
敗は犯さない
I won't make the same mistake my father did.
父
Your father?
あんたの考えは
You make a
口だけ
fine
は立
argument,
派だ
but
け
it
ど
won't work in the
学
scientific
会じゃ通用
community.
しないタイムトラベル理論を
The
研
day
究して
you
るなん
decide
て
to
言った日に
research
は
time travel is the day you're out of a job.
なぜそう言い切れる？
How can you be so
私
certain?
の父がそうだ
Because that's what happened to my father. Kurisu
物理学者の
grimaces.
父はタイムマシンが大好きだったウェールズのタイムマシンに魅了さ
My
れて
father, a physicist, loved
本気で
time
研究してい
machines.
たわ
He was so fascinated by Wells' The Time Machine that he seriously studied time travel.
でもそれにこだわりすぎたせいで
But because of his
学会から
obsession, he was
追放に近い
practically
扱いを受け
exiled
た
from the scientific community.
そんな父を見てきたから私はタイムトラベル研究には関わりたくないの
I will never get involved with time travel research. This time, her sheer force of will gives me pause. I think she's really pissed. I may have stepped on a landmine here. What do I do? If I get her any angrier, she might seriously hit me. Let's calm her down a little. Yeah, let's do that. But what should I say?
ごめん感情的になって
I'm sorry, I got emotional. She apologizes first. Christina's calm character saves me.
気にすることはない。今のはお前の資質を試すため、あえて怒らせたのだからな。
I wanted to test your character, so I made you angry on purpose.
とにかく電話レンジはタイムマシンなんかじゃない
The phone wave isn't a time
メール
machine.
の送受信は人
Email
の手で
is a
作られた
man-made
システムなん
system,
だ
so
か
this
らそ
phenomenon
のシステムの範囲内
should
で
be
現象を説
explainable in
明
the
できる
scope
は
of
ず
that system.
助手の考えは分かった。そこまでタイムマシンを嫌っ
I
て
had
いる
no
とは
idea you hate time
お
machines
前
that
の反
much.
応はアレルギーに近い。
It's almost like an allergy.
無理にラボ面に誘って
I
迷惑をか
apologize
け
for
たな。
forcing you to become a lab mem.
もう
You
二
don't
度
have
と来
to
ない。
come again.
言われなくても
I wasn't planning on it.
だが
But know this,
これだけ。
Christina.
クリスティーナって言うの。
ラボ面ナンバー004は永久欠番としておく。
Lab
この番
member
号は
number 004 will be a retired
Oh my
number.
God.
That number is yours forever. I finished my speech and turned back to Kurisu. I won't look back. Turn my back to Kurisu. I walk slowly with my eyes closed. It's kind of hard to walk like this. I hope I don't bump into anyone. Wait, am I even walking straight?
何カッコつけてんのよ。
You look ridiculous. My shoulders suddenly pulled from behind. I brace myself so I don't fall backwards.
何をする俺によるささやかな演出。後腐れのない別れのシーンを台無しにするとは。
What are you
貴様
doing?
それでも俺の助手か。
You've ruined my perfectly staged exit scene. You call yourself my
だから
assistant?
助手じゃないと言ったろうが。それにこっち
I
に
still
は
have
まだ
something
話
to
があん
ask
の
you.
よ。この前は聞けなかったけど、私が
You
刺さ
said I
れた。
got stabbed, right? I demand an explanation. Yes, the other real life phenomenon that has yet to be explained.
あれは俺が見た
That
幻
was
だ。
just something I hallucinated. Let's just leave it at that for now.
なんであんたの夢に
Why
私が
would
出
you
てくる
dream
の？
about
そんな
me?
ことは知らん。それと夢では
It
なく
wasn't a
幻だ。
dream. It was a hallucination.
ドクター中鉢がどうとか言ってたけど、
You said something about Dr. Nakabachi, didn't
あ
you?
の日ラジカン
Dr.
で
Nakabachi
Dr.
held a time
Nakabachi
machine
がタイムマシンの
presentation
発
at
表会をしてい
Radicon
た。
that day.
発表会は中止
That
になった。
presentation was cancelled because of the
人工衛星。
satellite
そういう
crash.
ことになっているようだ
So
な
it。seems, but in my hallucination, the
俺が見た
presentation
幻では無事
proceeded
開
as
催され
planned.
た。俺はそれをマユリと一緒に見に行っ
Mayuri and
て
I
お前
went
に
to
声を
see
かけら
it,
れたのだ。
and you came over to flirt with me.
私はナンパなんてしない。ましてや、あんたみたいなバカに声はかけない。
I don't flirt, especially not with idiots like you.
だから幻だったと言っているだろう。
Like I said, it wasn't real, okay?
Yeah.
No, maybe this world is what
Aruyo.
isn't real.
だとしたら
That would explain the
電話レンジ
riddle
カッ
of
コ
the
仮の
phone
謎の
wave.
解決だわ。
If this
幻なら
world
ば
is some kind of
物理法
simulation,
則を無視したことも起こりうる。
then we can disregard the laws of physics.
現実逃避？
Escapism?
意外とチキンね。
That's unexpectedly chicken of you.
仮説を提示したのだよ。物理学者男
It's a
のな。
hypothesis, your favorite thing.
それで、私は誰に刺されたの？
So, who stabbed me? Don't tell me it was you. I recall the sight of Kurisu collapsed in a puddle of blood. Sends shivers down my spine. Was that really a hallucination? It was too real. I can clearly remember the smell of blood.
俺が駆けつけた時にはすでにお前は
わからないな。なんで私が
Why do I have
幻
to
出てる
die
の
in
に
your
殺
mind?
されなく
Do
ち
you
ゃ
have something against
全く
me?
ない。
Of course
その
not.
時点では
That point in time, we
俺
had
とお前
only
は
spoken
一度だけ
once.
話したことがある
We
程
were
度
just
の
strangers.
ただの通りすがりの他人だった。
Well, that one time we talked was during the events, I imagine. So, strictly speaking, at that point in time, all I knew about her was what I'd read in the magazine.
とにかく接点などほとんどなかっ
We
た。
didn't know each other. That's why I ran away instead
You
of
ain't
calling
know.
for an ambulance.
お前の
白状者。
My
何
hero.
を望んでいる
You want me to go back in time and give you CPR or something?
お前の死体を丁重に扱えと。そのためには
I need to use
電
the
話レンジ
phone
カッ
wave
コ
for
仮を
that.
使えるようにしなければ。
もういいわ。今後、そんな幻見ないで。他人の夢の中とはいえ、自分が殺されてると思ったらいい気分はしない。
No more hallucinating about me, okay? Dying isn't fun, even if it's in someone
保
else's
証
head.
はできないな。
I can't make any guarantees.
それ
That
を
would
実行する
require
ためには
perfect
24
24-hour
時間
surveillance
完璧に
inside my brain.
本当にあんたって。
You have a
ああ言え
comeback
ば
for
こう言
everything,
うわ
don't
ね。
you? Kurisu shakes her head in exasperation and then turns and walks off towards the station. Looks like she wants to end the conversation. In revenge for the last time, I grab Kurisu's slender shoulder from behind.
俺の話は終わっていない。
I'm not done talking.
別れのシーンを台無しにしたお返しだクリスティ
Revenge for ruining my
ン。お前
farewell
の
scene,
軽率な行動を
Christina.
恨むのだな。
You shall regret your thoughtless actions.
はいはい、わかり りました。
IBN5100
About the IBN 5100.
とか言われても知ら
I
ないわ
don't know
よ。
what you're talking about.
いや
If you don't know, then forget about it. Farewell. We will not meet again.
もう二度と会うこともないだろう
Turn my back. This time I'll make a perfect.
言いかけたままやめないで。
Don't tell me to forget about it.
IBN5000 何？
It was the IBN 5 whatever.
IBN5100
The IBN 5100. It's a retro PC from 1975.
発売のレ
I'm
トロ
looking
PC
for one. What are you gonna
何
do
に
with
使う
it?
つもり？
Looks like she's interested. She was the same way when she came to the lab. I guess this girl is just brimming with
気になる
curiosity.
か
Interested. Kurisu quickly averts her eyes, but she doesn't let go of my arm.
気になるのだ
You're interested, aren't you?
少しだけよ。
Just a little.
ならば答えよ
Then I shall answer.
う IBN5100 は
Fif-
セルンの秘密につながっている
the IBN 5100 is the key to unlocking CERN's most closely guarded secrets.
セルン
You mean the CERN?
いかにもそして我がラボが総力を挙げて調べたところによればセルンはタイムトラベルについて研究している痕跡がある
Through the tireless efforts of my faithful lab mems, we have uncovered evidence that CERN is researching time travel. Come, be astonished.
バカみたい。聞いて損し
Great.
た。
I shouldn't have asked. Gives me a cold glare and then starts walking away. This time she's gone for good. Damn you. Just you watch. I will expose certain secrets if it's the last thing I do. The next day, I decide to hit Akiba's computer parts store. I did as much as I could yesterday after partying with Kurisu, but no luck. Finding an IBN 5100 is obviously going to be a huge pain in the ass. I'm standing in the narrow tunnel that runs beside the Radikun building, small shops selling everything from motherboards to resistors to vacuum tubes line both sides of the tunnel. Here lie the vestiges of the old electric town, Akiba's conscience, so to speak. Casual otaku usually avoid stores like these. It's like a holy land that only true fanatics can enter. Not that I'm an expert on computer parts. Furthermore, these shops only sell parts, so it's kind of silly to be searching for a whole PC here. Something about the sight of all these electronics gets my blood pumping. I have to hide my excitement to maintain my dignity. If a shopkeeper yells, "Hey kid, you're 10 years too young for this stuff," then I'll have no choice but to run. Fortunately, no one has yelled at me yet. In fact, the storekeepers seem to be ignoring me. They must be more open-minded than I thought. Or maybe they just don't care. I search each store in turn, but turn up neither hide nor hair of an IBN 5100. The ringing of my phone draws a sharp look from the nearest storekeeper. Force a smile and rush outside. Oh. Did I ignore a phone call? Says I ignored a phone call. I don't even know who I ignored from. Doesn't tell me. Okay. Probably shouldn't go back in there today. Take a deep breath, calm myself down. That's when something strange catches my eye. There's a woman squatting on the ground nearby, her knees against her chest. Her hand is a gaudy purple phone. She's staring at the screen without moving a muscle. She's even more conspicuous since nobody else is around. And on further inspection, I realize it's someone I know.
Shining Finger!
I call out to her, but she gives me no reaction. It's just a name I made up, so I guess it's only natural. Her name was Moeko?
指圧し
I stand in front of her, call her name, well, the name I gave her, but she doesn't look at me. Her fingers are typing rapidly on her phone, so she's definitely conscious, but she still looks dead, no life in her eyes. I'm actually worried. Despite the heat, she's not sweating at all.
聞こえていないのか
Can't you hear me?
ほーインキョーママッドサイエンティストだ
She glances at me for half a second, then goes back to staring at her phone.
貴様人の顔も覚えられないのか
Can't you even remember people's faces? Of course I'm the one that forgot her name.
IBN5100 を探すという協力関係にあるにもかかわらず
I agreed to help you find an IBN 5100, remember? This is the thanks I get? She twitches upon hearing the word, but she still doesn't look up.
俺は法院だ
Ignoring me, are you? Why won't you accept me as Hoin Kyoma? She sends me an email? Nearly flip out. Is this really something you should say by email when the person's standing right in front of you? It wouldn't take 5 seconds to say it verbally. She's just friendly enough in her emails, but in person she's a lump of unsociability. How can she write funny meeting you here without smiling at all? I suppose it's quite a coincidence. Were you looking through the parts stores too? She doesn't even respond when I ask her a direct question. Another email. I looked, but I couldn't find anything. Why won't you speak? Too hard. Isn't it harder to type everything out? My yelling does not have the desired effect. Instead, getting her act together, she buries her face into her knees. Why is she wearing such a short skirt? If she sits with her knees up like this, I can see everything. Not that there's a problem with that. Turn and walk away. I buy 2 Max coffees from a nearby vending machine. I'm sorry, I apologize, so please come back. I'm more tired than angry. Her name was Moeka. I returned to Moeka with 2 coffees. She's finally on her feet. She glances at me, then breathes a sigh of relief. Want one? She timidly accepts the Max coffee I hand to her, but she doesn't move to open it. I wait for the coffee to cool down, open the tab, and take a sip. Sometimes this sweetness is just what I need. Why don't you talk? Emailing is easier. Maybe she's just afraid of people? When I finally consider that I'm taken aback by my own thoughtlessness. Of course, so that's what it is. Basically, she's afraid. Afraid of insane mad scientists. Well, I can hardly blame her. I sympathize. Few indeed can withstand my aura of supreme madness. I'm weird, aren't I?
Yeah.
You're normal. Really? For now, no matter how disciplined your mind is, you cannot resist. You have nothing to be ashamed of. In this world, there exists something called absolute eternal truth. It's a wall, immovable, no matter how much you struggle. That's why people give up, abandon their dreams, and choose a different path. But never forget this one thing. You should hold within your heart your own Steins Gate. All people without exception possess their own Steins Gate. As long as you have yours, you may follow any path without losing your way, just as I follow mine. That's beautiful. Moeka nods, looking like I got her to understand. Do you have any information on the IBN 5100? Moeka answers by shaking her head slightly. How long have you been searching? About 2 months. Where have you looked? Stores, online auction houses, the usual. I also tried asking on @channel and even walked around Akihabara asking people. Or so I say, but I've only talked to about 4 people, including you. Even though hordes of otaku come to Akiba each day. Have you tried talking to PC store employees? They know more than anyone else. Moeka shakes her head again. She's clearly not cut out for this job. Sincere as she may be, she's just wasting time. The editorial company she works for must be incompetent if they chose her as their investigator. Though I suppose it's also her fault for accepting the job despite her handicap. So what's your actual goal? To obtain an IBN 5100 or to investigate the urban legend?
両方。
Both.
なるほどね。
I see. In that case, her search is limited to IBN 5100s in Akihabara. But I don't care about the urban legend. I just want to obtain an IBN 5100. My true goal is what comes afterwards. So I don't need to limit myself to IBN 5100s in Akihabara. I could just look online. I might be able to get one through auction. That would take time and money though. If I don't find one in another few days, let's consider that
この
option.
後はどこ
Where do
を
you
調べ
plan
る
to search
それが
next?
途
That's...
方に。
I'm...
よく聞こえないんだが。
Moika types out. I honestly don't know where to turn. I've tried everything. She's useless.
案ずるな。
I have a network of
俺は
informants
それなり
at
の
my
ネットワークを
disposal.
持っている。
Finding a retro PC
それを
should be no
駆使する。
trouble at all. Moika looks at me for the first time today. I see respect in her eyes.
この俺を誰だと思っている。法院京馬だ。望む者は支配構造の崩壊、そして混沌なり。
それが岡部君の。
That's Okabe-kun Steins Gate.
法院だ。
After partying with Shining Finger, I go to a nearby PC store to talk to an employee I happen to know. But naturally, he doesn't know where to find an IBM 5100 either. Apparently, it was easier to find retro PCs 10 years ago, back when they were more underground niche stores. Oh, there were more. Now those stores are all but vanished, driven out by stricter regulations and inexorable spread of Moe culture. So I can't really say it's Moeka's fault that she's not useful. After all, I'm some too, and this is my only my second day searching. Hunting for an IBM 5100 on an internet auction site is starting to look more appealing than confining my search to Akiba. But again, that would take time and money. That reminds me, Mayuri called before I met with Shining Finger. Oh, it was Mayuri. Ooh. It's rare for the absent-minded Mayuri to be the one to contact me. I'm usually the one to contact her. Wonder what she wanted. Mayushi here.
俺だ。状況は。
What's the situation?
さっき電話したんだ。
I just called you.
何かあったの？
Something happened?
ね、ダル君に電話してみて。
Try calling
Huh?
Daru-kun.
なんだそれ。
Why?
君は今日はメイクインに行ってるよ。
Daru-kun's at May Queen right now. You should call him. He'll tell you.
じゃあね。
Bye bye.
待て、おいマユリ、こら。ああ。
She hung up. Wait, it doesn't let me call Daru. Oh, man. Just let me call him.
はいはい。
What's up?
俺だ。状況を
It's
教え
me.
ろ。
Report the situation.
その言い方はおかしい
Okarin,
んじゃ。
you're the only one who talks
毎
like
日から
that.
聞いたん？
Did you hear from Mayushi?
いや、何も聞いていない。
No, she didn't tell me anything.
僕は今
Well,
メイクインに
I'm at
いる
May
わけだ
Queen right now.
マユ氏が調べてくれたん
Mayu
だよ
did some investigating. Sounds like Ferris-tan knows about the IBM 5100.
何？
Ferris? Don't tell me the cat girl and the IBM 5100 are connected somehow. I can't even imagine how they could be.
その発想
I
は
understand
な
your
かったわって
confusion, but
感じなんだ
apparently
け
there are a
ど
lot of
な
retro
んかレトロ
PCs at her
機器が家
home.
にたくさんあるらしいよ。
Oh. Tables have turned. Now I'm close to my goal.
俺も
This is
シュ
too...
タインズゲートの選択だ
It's
な
the。choice of Steins Gate. I don't get
それ
you.
もちろん今日はちょうど
So is Ferris there? Today's the Ferris Cup. What's that? I think I remember hearing about it, but I never really paid it any
フェリ
attention.
スさんに
When I showed Ferris-tan an image of the IBM 5100,
10年ぐらい前に神社に奉納したっていうんだ。
she said she donated a similar PC to a shrine 10 years ago. Don't know if it's the one we want, though.
だと？
To a shrine? That's an unexpected combination. PCs and shrines, consumer electronics, and ancient Shinto rituals? They're not even tangibly related.
どこの神社
Tangentially.
あ、聞いてね
Which shrine?
正直すまんかも。
Didn't
まあ
ask.
悪くない品
じゃあそろそろキルを
そうか。
任せとけい。
The hell is Farrah's cup anyway? No, more importantly, the shrine. Kanda Myojin is the larger, more popular shrine, so 9 out of 10 people would choose to donate there. But when I inquire at the shrine office, nobody knows anything about an old computer. That leaves Yanabayashi Shrine. It's probably not there either.
誰だ
Who is this? The organization.
警告のつもりかこれ以上セルンに手を出すなと言いたいのか。
は
Oh, it's Kurisu.
機関の人間では
違うわよ。
マッキーせ悪いが思い出せない。
秋葉原よ。つい昨日もあったろうが。
Yesterday? Makise. Oh,
おお
my
女子
assistant.
助手じゃない。マッキー
クリスティーナと言ってくれないとわからないではないか。
If you don't say Christina, I have no way of knowing it's
クリ
you.
スティーナでもねえよ。
How many times do I have to
お
tell
前は
you?
相変わらずキャンキャン
You
とう
never
るさい
stop
な。
complaining, do you?
誰のせいだ。
Whose fault
ちょ
is
っと待っ
that?
て。お
How do
前
you know my phone
なぜ
number?
俺の電話番号を知っている？
It's not like Kurisu's free of suspicion. She could still be a
橋田さん
spy.
に教えてもらったの。
Hashida-san told me.
なんだつまらんオチだな。
What is
一緒
it?
じゃないって言ったさ。反論する。
Where are you
柳
now?
林神社に向かっているところ
Headed to
だが。
Yanabayashi Shrine.
そう。
あえあ
What was that? Is she messing
なん
with
だいの
me? She's messing with me.
嫌がらせなのか
I shall scold her most harshly the next time we meet. She thinks that just because she was published in a major journal.
サイエンス誌に論文が載
Your
ったからなんだと
accomplishments
いう
mean
のだ。
nothing
い
to
きな
me.
り何よ。
What are you talking about? when I when I arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, I find my assistant waiting there for some reason. She glares at me with her usual
さ
frown.
っきの電話は何
What was
だ
that phone call about?
あんたの居場所を聞い
I
た
just
だ
want to
け。
ask you where you were, and since you were coming here, I
誰
came.
も呼んでいないのだが。
Nobody asked you to
私
come.
も呼ばれた覚えはな
And
い。
yet, here I am. Why is she always in such a bad
な
mood?
ぜ俺に会いに来た？
Why'd you come to see me?
会いたくて会いに来た
Not
んじゃ
because I
ないか
wanted
ら。
to or anything, don't get me wrong. She just keeps those abusive words coming.
昨日、
I
別れ
can't
際
stop
に言わ
thinking
れた
about
こと
what
が
you
気
said
になって
yesterday.
何のことだ？
IBN5100。それに、セルン。
About IBN 5100 and CERN.
貴様機関ではなくセルンのスパイだったか。この俺を殺しに来たのだな。
どんな顔よ。失礼だな。あんた、少しは落ち着いたら。いつもふざけたことばかり言って。とても私より年上には見えない。
落ち着くか。お前にはわかるまい。
ええ、そんなよたば。
俺に喧嘩を売りに来たのか？
IBN5100 とセルンって組み合わせに興味が湧いただけよ。
I just want to know how the IBN 5100 and CERN are
そ
related.
うではなく、お前が興味を持ったのは
You're interested in CERN's time machine research. Be honest with yourself.
うるさいな。タイムマシンになんか興味ないわ
I'm
よ。
not interested in time machines at
そ
all.
れより、
More importantly,
IBN
did you find one?
それを確かめに来た。
That's why I'm here. Kurisu looks at Yanabayashi Shrine. Small archway.
神社に
A shrine?
そうだ。
Correct. Then, with perfect timing, a beautiful girl, dressed in Mika garb, appears from the nearby shrine office holding a bamboo broom.
おか、京馬さん、こんにちは。
ルカ子よ。お
Why
前
don't you have it?
常に携帯しろと言っておいたはずだ。
すみません。でも、掃き掃除の時は 邪魔になるので。
Gets in the way when I'm cleaning.
掃き掃除の最中に乗っ取られたらどうするつも
What
り
if
だ
they attack while you're cleaning?
誰も助けてはくれんぞ。
Nobody's gonna come to your rescue, you know?
そうですね。以後ねえ、さっきから二人
What are you
で
two talking
何の
about?
話をしてるのよ。
Lukako finally noticed Kurisu and gives me a puzzled look.
あの
Who might this be?
助手だ
My assistant.
違うわよ。
俺は事実を述べたまでだクリスティ。
日本の方じ
You're not
ゃ。日
Japanese.
本の方です。
I am Japanese.
それよりルカ
I need to talk to your father
子、お前
about.
の父上と
待て、紹介しな。
紹介されたいのか？
You wanna be introduced properly?
この状況で紹介されない方が不自然だろうが。
俺はお前をルカ子に紹介するためにここに来たのではない。
紹介するぐらい10秒もかからないのに、あくまで拒否するんかあんた。喧嘩は
Looks like he thinks we're fighting.
こいつはマキセ・クリス助手だ。
もういい。もう助手でいい。よろしくお願いします。マキセさん。よろしく。おいくつなの？
How old are you?
今年で17です。私の1個下か。え、そうなんですか？マキセさん、とても大人っぽくて。
つまり老け
That
顔
means you look
という
old.
ことだな。
She glares at me.
違います。
I mean, you're
綺麗
very
だって。
beautiful.
サンクス。あなたはとても可愛らしいと思うわ。
I think you're very cute. Shock from learning the truth might be enough to make her go back to
くだ
America.
らん社交辞令は
You're
終わったか。
introduced. Happy? Can we move on now?
いちいち言い方が。
You're
な
such
ら
a
ば
jerk.
ルカ子よ。お前の父上と
はい。いいです。
これは
Why
人
do you
類
need
の
to
未
talk
来
to my
に
dad? It's a grave matter that concerns the future of
人
mankind.
類の
The future
未来？
of mankind?
すぐ
I'll
呼ん
go
でき
get
ま
him.
す。
He believes just about everything I say. He's really easy to deal with, unlike my rebellious assistant.
やだ。風邪ひいたかな。
Should keep her occupied to scold me for a while. Lukako's father soon appears. Lukako's pretty flustered. He's practically dragging his father behind him.
お父さん、早く早く。
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんなにせかされて。
Aww.
人類の未来が。
そうか。それは
That's
大変だ
certainly
な。
serious. I've met Lukako's father several times before. He's a gentle, respectable adult, with the exception of how he raised Lukako. Apparently, the reason Lukako wears Miko garb is because his father requested it. Maybe his dad's a pervert? No, it's not like I mean to mock the Shinto priesthood or anything like that.
やあ、ホーイン君、久しぶり。いつもルカがお世話になっていますね。
いえ、こちらこそ。
彼の名前は法王院じゃなくて岡部です。
え、そうなので。
助手、話がややこしくなるから
事実を言っただけじゃない。
What did she come here for?
ルカから
That's so funny.
ホーイン君だと聞か
Told
さ
me
れ
his
てい
name
た
was
から、
Hoen.
すっかりそう信じていた
Maybe
が。
Luka was playing a trick on me.
もしかしてこれは。
お父さん、そうじゃなくて。
Hoen
俺は
is...
ホ
I
ーイ
am
ンです。
Hoen.
岡部倫太郎って親がつけてくれた名前です。
いいから黙れ、ザ・ゾンビ。
誰がゾンビ？
He's
仲が
so
良
dumb,
くていいです
dude.
ね。あなたもルカのお友
Are
達で
you
す
one of
か？
Luca's friends too? Please
こ
get
れから
along
も
with
ルカと仲
Luca
良く
from
して
now
やって
on
ください
too.
ね。
Aww, Luca's so cute.
私は
この子は見ての通りとても
This
可憐な
child
子
of
です
mine
から
is so delicate.
お父さん、やめてよ。
Aww. Kurisu looks like she's gonna cry for some reason. What's wrong? Is she upset that Luca's father assumes she's a friend? Kurisu notices my stare and turns away.
それでホーイン君、
Do you need
私
me
に
for
何か
something?
用事だとか。
That's right, no time for idle chatter. This meeting will shape the course of Ragnarok. The future of mankind is, well, whatever. I'm a mad scientist, not some sort of hero. I explained to Lukaku's father how I need the IBN 5100, and then I asked him if that retro PC was donated to the Yanabayashi shrine. Of course, I don't disclose any classified information like how we plan to hack CERN or how this is all related to time machine research. I don't know if donated is the right word to use, but an old computer was entrusted to the shrine about 9 years ago. No way, really? That's it. That has to be
ちょっと
it.
待っていてください。今持ってきましょう。
Lukaku's father comes back in about 10 minutes. His face bright red, he's carrying a large cardboard box. His gait is fairly unsteady. I wonder if he'll be okay. It was hard to dig out. I think this is what you're looking for.
おそらくこれだと思います。
Luka's dad places the box on the ground, takes a deep breath. Was it that heavy? I thank him and take a look inside. Oh, what? It was that easy? Monitor is only as big as the GPS screen. I compare it to the IBN 5100 image I got from Shining Finger. They look very similar.
ここを見てください。
Look at this. Lukaku points to the logo between tape drive and monitor. It says IBN 5100 portable computer. I have solved Akiba's urban legend. This is the phantom PC of Akihabara. It's an excellent condition. There's only a thin layer of dust on it. But it looks like we're gonna need to plug it in to see if it works. Now, the problem is whether Lukaku's father will lend it to me.
漆原氏、この PC を貸してもらうこと
May I borrow this computer? Sure.
そんなあっさりと
Seriously? Is it okay for a priest to just lend property out like that? Items that were donated to the shrine? Never heard of anything like that. That's why I was expecting him to
こ
refuse.
れを私どもに預けた方から当
When this
時
was
言われたの
entrusted
です
to
よ。
us, the owner said this.
いつかこのパソコンをどうしても必要だとする若者が現れるから、その時は快く貸してもらって構わないとね。
What? If a young man ever appears and says he needs this computer no matter what, please lend it to him with my blessing.
まさか本当にこうして現れるとは
I
思
didn't
い
think
ま
it
せ
would
んでし
actually
た。
happen, to be honest. I'd
という
forgotten
か
about it entirely
私
until you
もその
reminded
こと
me.
づてのことですから、こ
Oh my
れは法
god.
院君にお貸ししましょう。ただし使い終わったら
I'm
必
happy
ず
to lend
返
it
し
to
て
you,
くだ
but
さいね。
please be sure to return it when you're done, okay?
はい、ありがとうございます。
Whoa. In my heart, I'm grinning like a madman. I can't stop laughing. Things are going better than anticipated. It's almost like everything's being handed to me on a silver platter. Now certain secrets will be laid bare. We can expose their wicked research and possibly even gather hints on the creation of a time machine. And then I can complete the first time machine in human history. Now I have to get the IBN 5100 back to the lab, but unfortunately I don't have a car to transport it. In fact, I don't even have a license. Same goes for my assistant.
アメリカでは16歳から
Can't
普通免許
Americans
を取れ
start
るという
driving
の
at 16? How come you don't have a license?
何よ悪い向こうじゃ
I
研究
spend
漬
all
けだ
my
ったの
time doing research.
青春を無駄に過ごしている。
You're wasting your youth.
あんたを見てるとそうとも
Oh
思えない
wow.
けど
I just noticed that
むしろ
my
私の方がよっぽど有意
controller
義
is
な過ごし
green
方してる
screen
と
too.
思う
喧嘩は良くないです。
No fighting, please. Lukaku's flustered
ル
again.
カ子、今日は助かった。
Thank your father again for me.
改めて父上には礼を。
あなたのお父さん素敵
Lukaku and I freeze at my assistant's nonchalant words. My father is married.
はい
そうか、助手よ。お前は親父好きだったか。
So stupid.
二人とも
That's not what I meant. I won't give up my father.
私が言ったのは親子で仲が良くてだから泣かないでよ
だが、心の奥底では。
But in the depths of your heart lie feelings for Luka's dad.
ねえよ
Die. Christina turns away. I decide to leave it at that. Angering her any further could lead to violence.
ルカ子
Don't forget your practice
サミダレ
swings
での
with
素振りを
Samidare.
忘れるなよ
はい頑張りますエルサイこんがり
コングルーだいい加減覚えろ
すみません
God, this guy's so
あんた
stupid,
女の
dude.
子をいじめるなんて最低じゃない
Lukako.
って思う
I put it down for now. Now I know why Luca's dad was red in the face when he brought this thing in.
そんなに重い
Is it that heavy? Pathetic.
CRT の
It's
モ
only
ニ
as
タぐらい
big
の
as
大
a
きさなのに
CRT monitor.
ならばお前が持ってみるがいい
Why don't you try carrying
俺
it?
の言葉
Then
が
you'll
間違いではない
understand.
とわかるはずだ
Kurisu sighs, grabs both ends of the cardboard box and lifts. She strains with all her might, but gives up without lifting it even a centimeter. It's really heavy.
重いです30キロくらいあるんじゃない
This thing's gotta weigh like 30
台車
kilos.
か何か借りた方が
Maybe
い
we
い
should
か
have
も
borrowed a push cart.
漆原さんこの神社に台車ない
Is there one in the shrine?
あるんですけど
There is one, but it's broken.
他に
Is
借
there
りら
some
れ
other place we could borrow?
台車は必要
We
な
don't need a push cart.
だったらどうやって持って帰
How are you
る
gonna
の
bring it back? It takes 10 minutes to walk to your rundown lab from here.
一人では重すぎてきついかもしれないが
But it's a different
二
story
人
for
なら
two.
ば別だ
You and I just need to carry
俺
it
とお前
together.
で持っていけばいい
Why else do you think I made you my assistant?
ダメなのかまあ二人で運ぶならなんとかなるかもねだが断る
But I refuse. I said
だが
no.
断る
Pretty sure you said, but I refuse.
うるさいなそうよ断ったのよ
Could Kurisu be an at channeler?
私はもともと知識
The
を
whole
貸すって
reason
こ
you
と
made
で
me a
ラボメン
lab
にさせら
man
れた
was
の
to
よ
borrow my
よってこ
knowledge.
の場合次の回を導ける
From this, it is elementary to
力仕事は無理。
derive the following. I won't do physical labor.
そうか
Then I guess I'll have no
では
choice.
仕方ない
I'll do my best to carry it, but
とりあえず俺
I
は
glance at
頑張
Lukako.
って運
He
ぶつ
twitches
も
when he
りだ
notices
が
my look and then timidly raises his hand with tears in his eyes.
漆原さんが
You're going to help? Will you be okay?
頑張ります
いやルカ子お前に手伝わ
そんな
せいや俺が一人で
僕も手伝います
じゃあ
どうぞどうぞ
Don't you know this is what you call a Japanese guy? What?
ルカ子よ
Thanks for the backup. Now that that's settled, my assistant will help me carry the computer, so
こ
you
の
don't have to
PC
help.
は俺と
Thanks
助
for
手
the
で
offer.
はい
If that's how it is,
そういう
then
さあ助手自分から立候補した以上もう拒否することは許さんぞ持て今すぐ持て
I won't let you refuse. Grab hold and heave.
はいはい
Fine. Kurisu and I lift up the cardboard box. The burden's considerably easier when distributed between two people.
なんで私たち
Why do we have to be face to
お見合い状態なわ
face?
け
We're positioned so that we're looking at each other, but there's no other way to hold it. So
いい
what
から
can you
行く
do?
ぞ
Let's just go. I start to walk out of the shrine.
待て
なんだうるさい
You're
や
a
つだな
noisy
あ
one.
んたね前に進まないでよ
Then I have to walk
私が
backwards.
後ろ歩きし
Let's
なくちゃ
walk
いけないでしょ
sideways.
いいからキビキビ動け助手
聞いて
助手ならばできるはずだ
Of course you can. You're my
期待してくれて
assistant.
どうも
I
でも
appreciate
無
your
理
vote of
横歩き
confidence,
に
but I
変更ボ
can't.
タン通過しろ
I'm
猫し
asking
ろ
you to go sideways. It's dark by the time we get to the lab. It's normally less than 15-minute walk, but since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long. We made it. I'm
お前
exhausted.
がああだこうだ
If
と
you
文
didn't
句を言
complain
わ
so
な
much about every little thing, we would have gotten here sooner.
その言葉そっく
You
り
stopped to take a break at least 5 times along the way.
あれは
That's because I wasn't feeling well.
どこか悪い
Hey, are you okay?
ああたまに右腕がうずくのだよ
It's just occasionally my right arm aches, and when it does, dark, destructive impulses overcome my soul.
うっさい黙れあんたの右腕の末梢神経も含めて根こそぎ引き抜くぞ
Shut up, or I'll tear the peripheral nerves out of that arm. Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year's new gen incidents. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's bring IBN 5100 into the lab. Final barrier awaits. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase. Shouldn't you get your friends to help?
そうだな
You're right. Check the window, the lab lights are on.
あれ
Part-time warrior comes out of the brown tube workshop with perfect timing.
岡部倫太郎じゃん
If it isn't
何
Okabe
運んでんの
Rintaro, what you got there?
聞きたいのかで
立ち話するならひとまず段ボール下ろさない
You're gonna stand and talk? Should we put the box down first?
あいや
This will only take a second.
立ち話
ほんで何なのそれ
IBN5100
嘘すごい手に入れたんだやるね岡部倫太郎
I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's gonna do that, she should at least call me Hyojin Kyoma.
どこにあった
Where was it? Kurisu starts giving in. I'm at my limit too.
板下ろせ
Let's put it down. Kurisu and I place it on the ground gently so as to not damage the contents.
ねどこにあっ
So where was it? Yanabayashi Shrine.
柳林寺
あ
The Shinto Shrine?
なんだってそんなとこ
Why
ろ
was
に
it there? Then suddenly Suzuha looks at Kurisu.
は
She gasps, then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath.
なんです
牧瀬クリス
そうだけど
Yes? For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? I can't move a muscle. The air is so thick with tension.
何なの
What is it? Have I done something
あな
wrong?
たに何かしました
Suzuha turns away and without looking back disappears into the brown tube workshop.
今の
Who was that?
誰
Now Kurisu demands answers from me.
1階のブラウン管工房のバイト
She
だ
works part-time at that store.
なんで私
Why is she
睨む
glaring at me?
知らん
How
お
should
前
I
が
know?
何か怒らせるような真似をしたのではないのか
Did you do something to make her angry?
彼女とは今初めて会ったの
I've never seen her before in my
失礼な
life.
人ね
How rude. Kurisu picked a fight with me the first time we met too, but that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs.
みんなご苦労
Good work, everyone.
これで
With this,
俺た
we
ちは
can
戦え
fight.
る
戦うって誰と
Who are you fighting?
セール
The
そして
system that rules over
世
the
界を
world.
牛耳る
あんたって本当に
If
幸
that's what makes you happy. Happy? I don't desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am an insane, mad scientist.
俺が手に入れた
What I desire is chaos. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world.
そのための
ごめん言い直す
Never mind
あんたって
happiness.
本当に
You're like a
ベータエ
junkie
ンドルフ
hyper
ィン過剰分
secreting
泌
beta
のジャン
endorphin.
キーね
オカリン悪いことはダメ
Ocarina, I don't want you doing bad things, remember?
けどすげえよマ
But
ジで見
wow,
つけてくる
I
なん
can't believe
て
you found
僕
one.
たちにできないことを平然とやっての
You
ける
make the impossible
そ
look
こに
easy.
しびれる
That's why we love you. That's why we,
憧れないけどね
I certainly don't admire him.
え
Eh? For a moment, there's complete
見
silence.
つけられたのはね
It's all thanks to
マユ
Mayushi.
シのお手柄なんだよ
Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means?
Mayushi 情報が
With
なかっ
Mayushi's
たら
info, Okarin would be
オカリン
lost
は今もう秋葉の
on the
街
streets of
を
Akiba.
ふらふらさ
ああマユリの言う通りだ
Mayuri's right. She did well this time.
ということでマユシーはそろそろ帰るね。
It's time for
ク
Mayushi
リ
to
スち
go
ゃん
home.
はどうする？
What about you, Chris-chan?
途中ま
Wanna
で
go
一緒
together?
に帰
ありがとう。でももう
Thanks,
しばらく
but I'm
ここ
gonna
には
stay here a little longer. Looks like Kurisu's interested in the IBN 5100 and CERN after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet.
そっか。
Okay, but you should go home
あん
before
ま
it
り
gets
遅
too
くな
late.
ら。じゃあまた明日ね。
See you tomorrow. Mayuri waves her hand as she
それで
leaves.
ダル
Now, Daru, what do you think we can
IBN5100 は
use the
いつからセルニアの
IBN 5100
ハッキングに使え
to
そうだ
hack CERN?
そうだな。
Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns the machine on, the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise.
すげえ。
Wow, it
ちゃんと
actually
電源
turned
ついた。
on.
まずこいつの使い
First, I
方を
need to
覚
learn
え
how
な
to
きゃ
use
なん
this
だ
thing. It
ぜ。
looks like
そもそ
hooking
も
it up
配
is
線
gonna
つ
be
な
a
げたり
pain.
も大変そうだし、ちょっと時間かかるかも。
Might take a
サー
while.
バー管理者の
I
ID
can't play
探
with
しと
this
同時
thing
進
and
行は無
search
理っぽ。
for the server admin's ID at the same time.
構わん
Alright, prioritize the ID search.
できれば
If
今月
possible,
中に
I'd like you to get the
IBN
IBN 5100 ready to use this month, though.
今月ってまだ30日ま
There's
るまる
still
残ってん
30
じゃん。
days left this
さ
month.
すがに
It's
来
not
月ま
gonna
では
take
か
that
からねっ
long.
つうの。
That's my super hacker.
それで
Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, none of them had it on display. Let me know if you found
ちょっ
anything.
と岡部
あ
What? I look up, Kurisu is glaring at
今なん
me.
て言った
Wait, did you just call me?
岡部
岡部だと
Take one step towards Kurisu. She takes a step back.
オカリン、タンマタンマ。
Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists.
今
Did you just call me Okabe?
言ったわよ
I
悪
did.
い
Problem?
確かに私はあんたよ
I'm
り
younger
年下
than
だけ
you,
ど
but you insist on
人
calling
の
me
こと
by
クリスティ
ridiculous
ーナだとか
names.
ゾンビだと
So
か
I
呼ぶ
don't
相
think I
手が
need
い
to
る
show
と
you
き
any
そい
respect.
つには敬意を表さないとするのが私の考えなんだから
And besides,
俺は岡部ではない
自分のこと棚に
you're
上
so
げすぎだ
full
ろ
of yourself.
俺のこと
お断りします
Nope. Are those tears I see in her eyes? You
もしかして泣い
crying?
たのか
入ってないわよバカ男の人に怖い顔で迫られて恐怖を感じ
I'm
ちゃっ
not
たりなんかして
crying.
ない
It's
し
not like I was
そ
scared
の
of you
後の
for
あ
a
んたの
second
バカ
there.
ゼリフにほっとして涙が出ちゃったわけでもな
I
いから
definitely
よ
wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems like she was crying after all.
誰よ
Why is my assistant crying?
今本人が全部説
She
明し
said
た
so
わけ。
herself
俺は
just
名前の
now.
間違いを正した
All I
だけ
did
だ
was correct her on my
強気に見え
name.
て意外と打たれ弱いのかも。それはそれで燃えるけど。
Stupid guy. Whatever, back to checking mail. I'm thirsty from this hard day's work, so before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge.
ねえ
Aren't you
話
gonna
を
tell
聞
me
かせ
what's
てくれ
going
ない
on?
の
Toss the bottle to Kurisu once, and she turns around. Kurisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently. She picks up the bottle and then shoots me a
それでも
glare.
飲んで
I'll
少し
explain in
待
a
っていてくれ
second. Drink that while you wait.
お気遣いありがと
I need to send her a reply to Shining Finger. She ended up being no help at all, but I suppose I can't just say nothing.
さて
Now then. Yeah. She said, gimme. Let me borrow it. Not boring. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. I had the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come.
待たせたな。
Sorry for the wait, Christina. I look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P. You're a fan of the dog.
本場で7年過ごして
I
きた
lived
からな
7 years at its birthplace after all.
なるほど。
We're making great drinking buddies.
私は未成年よ
I'm a
そう
minor.
ではない。
It's not what I
ドクター
meant.
ペッパーを飲
Drinking
み交わす
Dr.
友達とい
P.
う意味だ。
それ限定なのか
Is that all you drink? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explained how Daru and I hacked into CERN and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they've successfully created many black holes. How it looks like they're researching time travel, and how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story.
確かにセルンは妙だけど
CERN certainly is
それ
acting
と
strange.
IBN5100 と
But how's the IBN 5100 involved?
セルンのデータベースに
CERN's database
IBN5100 が使われているのだ。
uses an IBN 5100.
だから
そのデータベースの情報を解読するには
The only way to
同じく
decrypt that database
IBN5100 を
is to use an
使うことはない
IBN
という
5100
なん
of
で
our
そう
own.
わかるのよ
How do you
と
know
ある
that?
筋からの情報だ。
I have my sources. I don't drop Tider's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisu puts a finger on her lip, deep in thought.
IBN5100 うんぬんと
Ah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay.
セルンが本当にそんな研究をしているのか
I want to see proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research. We didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them.
ダル、セルンのサーバー管理者のパスワードを見つけるのは
Will it take much longer to find the server admin's account?
ちょうどこれからやろうと思ってたんよ。
Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. It shouldn't take more than half a day, I
とい
guess.
うわけだ。
There you go.
それまで待つわ
I'll wait until then.
待つって。
It's already getting
もう
dark.
夜になってる
Why
件
not
に
go
つ
home
い
for
て。
tonight and come back tomorrow
今日は
morning?
いつ？
いいえ待た
No
せてもらう
thanks. I'll wait. I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner.
いい心がけだ。もはやセルンに隠された陰謀に魅了され、知りたくてたまらないという様子だな。
You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of CERN.
あんたたちの言うことが
What you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about.
セルンは世界最高の
CERN
研
is the
究機関な
world's
のよ
top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without
極
publishing
秘
their
で実験してる
results,
なんて世界中の研究者
they're making
バカにして
fools
る
of scientists the world over.
もし
That's
事実なら
only if it's true, though. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes
では
us.
なる。
Anyway, I'll leave it
任
to
せ
you.
たぞ。
According to Daru's research, the IBN 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows.
電話レンジ
Can
見せてもらっていい
phone way?
よかろう。
Sorry.
実験してみるか。
Sorry, midnight. Indeed, I can. Want to
あれ
experiment?
以来一度も
You
再
haven't
現
been
は
able to
できて
send
ない
another
の
email to the past yet,
過
right?
去へ理由は把握してる
Do you know why? I can only shake my head.
ちょっと試してみましょう
Let's run some tests. Kurisu looks around the development room.
しかし
You have a ton of
ガ
junk.
ラクタではない。
It's not junk.
お前はまだ知らないようだが。
Since you're new to the
特別
Future
に教え
Gadget
てもらう。
Laboratory, I'll explain. These are
これは
the glorious
我ら
fruits
未
of
来
our
ガジェット研
science.
究所
The
が
Future
その
Gadgets.
ここに保管されているのだ。
Future Gadgets 1 through
未来ガジェ
7
ット
are
1
stored
号から
here.
7号までであり、電話レンジ
Phone
の
wave
ここに
is
は
gadget
未来
number
ガジェ
8.
ット
未来ガジェットね
Kurisu casually picks Future Gadget 4, Mode Shake up from the shelf and stares at
ち
it.
ょっと
Isn't this a weapon?
未来ガジェット4号機
Designed after Claymore Landmine.
クレイモア地雷に
Is an
似せて作ら
instant
れた
humidifier.
紛らわしいな
水を入れて電源を入れる
Insert water and
わず
turn
か
the
数秒
power
で
on.
大量の蒸気が吹き出
And
す
in mere seconds, it generates a thick cloud of steam.
やっぱりガラクタだなこれ借りるわよ
I'm borrowing this. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Whoa!
やっぱり落ち着くな白衣。
It's just not right without a lab coat. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly.
助手よお前は
Assistant, you get it, don't you?
何
Get
が
what? Let
やは
go.
り研究開発においては白衣こそがユニフォームだよな
If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She puts it on before I even said anything.
やはり俺の目に狂いはなかった
I knew you
ク
were
リス
meant
ティー
for
ノ
this.
お前は最高の助手だ
You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask
褒め
for.
てくれてるのかもしれんが、
I don't know if that's
私
supposed to
に
be
し
a
てみれば侮
compliment,
辱されてるとしか思えんぞ。
but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns her back
そ
to
の
me.
白衣はラボ面加入記念としてお前にプレゼントしよう
I'm giving you that lab coat to
元々誰も使っていなかった
commemorate your
気
joining
が
of
す
the
ることは
lab.
ない
Don't worry, it's never been worn.
ある
Maybe
いは
this fateful encounter
その
between
白衣
you and that lab coat was
元からお
decided
前
by
に巡り合
destiny
うべ
long
くして
ago.
巡り合ったのかもしれん
Daru not wearing it
誰が
was
着
just
ようとしなか
another
ったのもまた
inevitability.
必然
It's the choice
全て
of
はシュタイン
Steins.
ズ
くだらないこと言ってないで。実験し
Shut up so we can start the experiment. Kurisu thrusts both hands of her lab coat's pockets and then bends down to look at the time machine, now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There is a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately, we'll have to leave it on the floor for now.
これって電子レンジの方は何もいじ
So
っ
you
てないんで
haven't
しょ。
tampered with the microwave at all. I point out the X68000. There's a code on the screen.
常時ターミナルモードに
It's
して
terminal mode now. We can
どんな
charge the
設定にもできるの
factory
だ。
settings like this.
市販されている
Make the
電子レン
microwave
ジよ
do
りも
things its
無茶をさせる
manufacturer
ことも可能だ
never intended.
放電現象が起きた時はどん
How
な
was
設
it
定に
set
して
when the
た？
discharge phenomenon occurred?
特に何も
Nothing out of the
出荷
ordinary.
時設
It
定の
was
も
at
のだった
factory settings.
バナナもらうわよ。
I'll take a banana.
それは前売りのものだ
Those are my
だった
beauties.
らあんたに許可取らなく
Is that
てい
under
い
your
わね。
permission? I'll go buy
明
new
日新
bananas
しいバナナ
tomorrow.
買ってくることにして。
Kurisu takes one banana from the bunch, squats down, places it inside the phone wave. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send and the phone wave begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime
何
begins.
も
Nothing
起き
happened.
てない。
The banana is still in the microwave, unjellified. Kurisu yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers.
温められてるわ。
It's hot,
レンジが普通に動
meaning
作
the
したという
microwave
こと
functioned
か
normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, she throws in a new banana, once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. Second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the
どう
past.
いうことだ
What does this mean?
やっぱりこの前起きたことは。
I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all.
イレギュラーだろうが
I
な
don't
ん
know
だ
if,
ろうが
if
原因を
it's an
究明せねばならない
irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause.
それには同意。
I agree. We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave is in fact a time machine.
この前の実験で
In the
は
previous
ちぎられた
experiment,
バナナは
after
電話レンジ
spending
カッコ借りて
120 seconds in the
120
phone
秒間
wave,
過ごした後
the banana teleported
バ
back
ナ
to
ナ
the
の
bunch
房へと下化し
jellified.
て瞬間
We
に
should
落ち
consider
た
that
これ
it
は
returned to its state
120秒前の
120
状態に
seconds
戻って
before.
とか
違う。120秒前の状態に戻るなら
If it
イ
returned
ル
to
カは
its
しない
state, it wouldn't be jellified. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time.
唐揚げはゲル化せずに
Chicken
冷
returned
凍
to
状
its
態へと戻った
frozen
のだぞ
state without jellifying.
そのゲル化せずに
That
冷凍
logic
状
is
態に戻った
dubious.
っていうロジック
Sure,
も
it
あるし
ended up frozen,
冷凍されていただけでゲル化そのものは
but
起
did
きて
you
いた可能
examine
性
the
については
possibility that
検
it
証
might
した
have jellified first? No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen
塩に
chicken.
関してはゲル化はしな
Salt
かった
didn't gelify.
何も変化しなかった。
You mean nothing
この前の
changed?
放電現象が発生した後徹夜で実験した結果キャベツ、大根、米、こんにゃく、メロンパン、ガルガリ君、カ
Crunchy
ップ麺
Kun? Who the? A brand of popsicle. Okay.
液体に関しても同様だ
Same thing with
あの
liquids
日
on
は
that day. Our
放
success
電
rate
現象
took a
の前後
180
で
degree turn.
放電現象前は
Before
全
the
て成
discharge
功
phenomenon, everything
放電
succeeded.
現象後は
After the
全て
discharge
失敗
phenomenon, everything failed.
レンジが電気を
Is the microwave storing electricity?
ゲル化したものは
You
フ
said
ラ
that
クタル構
jellified
造のよう
objects
だって
became
言ってたわよ
fractal
ね。
structured, right?
塩はもともと
Salt has a
単
simple
純構
structure
造
by
だから
nature, so
影響
maybe
は
that
受け
had
ない
an effect. But
電
how
気
could
と
electricity
どんな
be
関係が
related?
ここはタイムトラベル理論を前提に考えてみるべきだ
Here we should think under the assumptions of time travel theory.
ダメ。結論ありきで考えるのは良くない。
No, it's good to start thinking from the conclusion.
すでにいくつも実験成功例があるのだぞ
We've already had
それを否定するの？
several successful experiments. You can't deny that.
私は別にこれが
I'm
タ
not
イムマシンじゃなくても
especially
と
concerned
も困
whether
らない
this
から。
thing is a time machine or
そも
not.
そも
To
この
begin
小さ
with,
な電子レンジの中でビッグバンに匹敵するエネルギーが 発生していると定義するのは無理がある。
it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Kurisu frowns
放
deeply.
電現象の
We
再
can't
現。
reproduce the discharge
それに
phenomenon, nor the
フラクタル構造化の再
fractalization.
現。
There should be a reason
やり
why.
方は何も変えていな
We
い。
haven't changed our methods.
設定も
We
全く
haven't
変え
changed the
ていない。
settings. We haven't changed the
実験
experimental
対象も変
subjects
更
either.
なし。
There must be some
それ以
other
外
variable.
誰が観測するか
Maybe it's the one who observes it.
何よそれ。
What do you mean by that?
量子論だ観測者は実験の重要な要素だ
The observer is an important element to the experiment.
放電現象が起きた時
There are
に
four
こ
of
こ
us
に
here
は
when
4
the
人いた。
discharge
でも
phenomenon
その前
occurred
に
last
橋田さん
time.
が一人の時には
But
発生
before
した
that, it occurred when Hashida-san was alone.
フラクタル構造化した実験時は2
There
人の
were
時と
either
3人の時があった。
two... or Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing.
私たちは2人とも
You
ど
and
ちらの
I
現象も見てい
each
る。
saw both phenomena.
つまり条
In other
件は
words,
変わっていないは
conditions
ず。
haven't
だと
changed.
したら
In that case, there must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach.
腹が減ったのか
Hungry?
うるさいな。お昼から何も食べてないのよ。
I haven't eaten anything since lunch. Kurisu turns away as she looks at her watch.
8時か。
It's already
バナ
8.
ナを食うがいい
Just eat a banana.
ただし
But only one of the
食べていいのは
two we
さっき
warmed.
温めた
They
2
are,
本
after
だ
all,
ぞ
the fruit of our
実験で
experiments.
使った食材は美味しくいただくあるいは買い置き
You
の
can
カッ
take
プ麺
something
が
from
あ
our
る
stock of cup noodles.
いらないかやはりアメリカ生活が長いとファーストフードの方が好きになるものなのか
Don't want any? Well, since you've lived in America for so long, I guess you prefer fast food instead.
カップ麺。
Cup noodles.
何
What?
カップ麺。
I'll have cup
Hola.
noodles.
カップ麺をか
Cup noodles?
ちなみに
What flavors?
醤油味と塩味があ
Soy
る
sauce and chicken.
塩味。
Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat.
それと
Also,
Fork.
do you have a fork?
ある。
It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any, and ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Daru wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Kurisu's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she's going back to America this month. Trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. In that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over in the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Daru and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs.
クリスティーナ、こんな時間までここにいていいのか？
Is it okay for you to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family.
連絡なんて必要ないか。
No need.
何？
Your parents let you do whatever you
お前の親は
want.
主義なのか？
Kurisu turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother is in
母親はア
America.
メリカ。
I'm
私は
living in
今
a
の
hotel right now. Understand?
分かった。
Aww. Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but you damn celebrity.
アメリカ人ならホテルよりモ
If
テ
you're
るだろ。
American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right?
私はアメリカ人
I'm
じゃ
not
ないし
American. There aren't many motels in the heart of
東京のど真ん中にモーテルはない
Tokyo.
どんなホテルだ？
What sort of hotel?
どんなって
What do you mean?
お
Just
茶
a
の水
normal
にある
hotel.
普通のホテルよ。
Ochanomizu.
お茶の水？
Then you can walk
で
there
は
from
ここから
here,
歩いて。
can't you?
まあね。
Sure. See, that's why she's so flexible with her schedule. Finally
で
understand.
は
Tell me about your
父親の件。
father.
は？
7年会っていないと言ったな。
You haven't seen him in 7 years?
なんであんたが私の父親に興味持つのよ。
Why do you care about my
お
father?
前がこれ見よがしに
You're
父
the one
親
who
のことを
mentioned
口に
him.
したのではないか。
Isn't that basically a hidden
それは
message
つまり、
saying, please give me some advice
父
about
親
my
の件に
father,
ついて
please?
相談。
そんなわけあるか。
You're crazy.
よかろう。
You are my
お前は
assistant,
俺の
and I
助手だ。
can't let my assistant have any
助手の悩
worries.
みには乗ってやらなければな。
So tell me everything that's on your mind. Kurisu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall.
どうした？
What's wrong?
あんたに話すこと
I
なん
have
て
nothing
何
to
も
say to you.
そうか、分かったぞ。
Oh,
お
I
前の父
know.
親はもとも
Your
とは
father
英雄
was
だ
a
ったが、
hero.
やがてその身を悪に
But
染
then
め、
he
今や
fell
帝
to
国の幹部
evil.
として
Now
黒マ
he
スクと
wears
黒
a
マントを
black
身につけ、
mask and a
こ
cape
う
and
言っているの
goes.
だな。そして将来的に親子で戦う目に。
In the future, you two are destined to fight him. I think I heard Kurisu's teeth
も
grind. You're really
う、もし
mad
か
at
し
me,
てすご
aren't
く
you?
怒っているか？
人の家族の問
Don't
題
make
を。
fun. Kurisu doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she
そうや
is.
って茶化さないで。
Of people's family
Anta
issues
ima.
like that. You're trampling
Watashi no
on my
kokoro.
heart. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. Try to think of words, but before I can say anything.
切ったー。
What? Sorry, I just threw my headphones. Daru's war cry echoes through the lab.
誰？
Did you get it?
ミッションコンプリート。
Mission complete. Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up.
サーバー管理者の ID とパスを手に入れたぜ。これでもう弛緩し放題だ。ヒャッホー。
I saw the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want.
IBN5100 が使われている方のデータベースは？
And the IBN 5100 database?
そっちは独立して存在してるわけで、
That's
今回は
separate.
全然関係
Server
ないだろ
admin's
情報。
unrelated.
そもそもそんな特殊なプログラムで
It's a
組まれたデータベー
database with
ス
normally
じゃアクセスできる人
unreadable
間だって限られるっしょ。
So there's a
所
limit
長
on
クラ
who
スで
can
もアクセ
access
ス
it.
できないっぽい。
Doesn't even look like the lab director can
所
access
長
it.
クラス以上の役職など
There are
存在する
positions
のか？
higher
セ
than
ブン
that.
評議会ってのがあるらしい。
There's something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council.
いかにもって。
ラスボスとしてのネーミング
It's a
に
fitting
決
name
ま
for
って
our
いるだろう。
enemy. Kurisu looks at me coldly. Whatever. Let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day.
ダル、 早速タイムトラベル理論についての情報があるか調べてくれ。
Run a search for data on time travel research.
オキドキ。前に調べた時 Z プログラムってのが怪しかったよな。
The Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it?
それとゼリーマンズレポートだ。
That and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Kurisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared.
とくと見ておくがいい。
Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of Stern's actions.
世界への欺瞞という
It's
現
to
実
see
をな。
upon the world.
うほう、見つけた。 LHC 計画担当責
任者ということ。
今そいつの PC を覗いてるぞ
We're
よ。
peeking inside his
Z プログ
computer.
ラム Z。
Z はゼリーの略で間違いない。
ゼリーは J よ。JELLY。
ケアレスミス。かっこ悪い。
つまりそんな単純なネーミングのはずがないのだ。これには
Name's hiding
重
something
要な意味が隠
important.
されている。
There has to be a
間違いなく
double meaning.
ダブルミーニング。
Daro, who's searching through the logs, suddenly stops.
お、来
Got
た
it.
来た。
He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads Z program top secret.
プログラム立案日は1973年になってる。
Program began in 1973. When was CERN formed?
1954年。
1954. I asked Daru. Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. Thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off.
IBN5100 が発売されたのは
When was the IBN 5100 put on the market? 1975. So maybe that's why IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe the IBN hid their proprietary programming language in the IBN 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBN and CERN are co-conspirators, and both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting.
Uge! JPEG かよ、ふざけんな。コピペできねえじゃん。
テキストはフランス語じゃないんだ。
What's on screen right now looks like
いや、
English.
フランス語やらオランダ語やらドイツ語で書かれたものもあるお。
時空の支配とそれに基づく歴史の破壊。言い換えれば過去から未来までを含む委員会による完全なる理想郷を実現することは21世紀に向けてのセルンの存在意義となるだろう。
CERN's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of everlasting utopia, ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at the stilted clip.
あ、そっか。マキセ氏って英語で。
でかした助手。
You studied abroad in America was all for the sake of today.
そんなわけあるか。勝手に運命感じないで。
Data relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer.
本実験計画は
In order to
秘密保持
maintain
の
this
ため
project's
また
secrecy
臨機
and
応
to
変
allow
な
its
計画
name
名の
to
変更を
remain
可能にす
relevant,
るため
we
Z プロ
designated
グラム
the
と
Z
命名され
program.
た。Z はすなわち
Z like
オメガである
Greek
ヤーだ。
Omega, or Cyrillic Ya.
その名に意味
It
あ
is
るいは
forbidden to
何らかの
assign
情
any
熱的な
meaning
精
to
神を
this
込める
name
ことを禁
or
止する。
seek it in significance beyond the
プログラ
project
ム従事
itself.
者に不利益を与えることが
Negative
推測
returns
され
are
るためだ。
predicted. This edict should be violated.
Z プログラムは
The Z program is a top secret project spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300.
研究事項である。以後、セルンにおいて行われる
Henceforth, all
他
of
の
the
研究の
research
すべて
performed
は
by CERN
この
shall
Z
function
プ
to
ログラム
keep
の
the Z
隠れ身の
program's
機能
existence
させる
secret.
ことが決定された。
I guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull.
Z プログラムの具体的な内
Anything
容は書かれてい
specific
ない。
about what it is? Daru types on the keyboard, bringing up another window. Here. This can't be. Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it?
Z プログラムでは
The purpose of the Z program is to perform
高エネルギーの量子
time-space
量子衝突を用い
displacement
た
experiments
時
by
空
means
間
of
転移
high
実
energy
験を
proton-proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments, in other words,
タイムトラベル実験。
time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true?
しかも
You're telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years?
俺の睨んだ通りだな。
Just as I suspected.
セル
A
の
great
裏に
shadow lurks behind
巨大な
CERN.
影が潜んでいる。
Most likely the organization or
おそらく機関。
one of its puppets.
あるいはそれに
何が機関だ
What
12
organization?
秒たまには真面目に話しな
Nut
さい
job. At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be
バカを言うな。
ridiculous. My words are always grounded in
つ
truth.
か機関っていう
Shouldn't
よ
it be
り
the committee instead of the
委員会じゃね
organization? That's what it says here.
300人
Committee of 300. I don't think they
セレン
mean
評議
CERN's
会とは
executive
ま
council.
た別のものを指してると
What
思
are
う
they talking
世
about?
界は
World is full of
あらゆる
lies.
意味で満ちている。
It's not as beautiful as you think.
話聞けよ。
Listen, Okarin.
聞いている。
I am listening. The Committee of 300 is a dark power that controls every
あらゆる
secret
秘密
society,
結社。
every government, every
各国政府。
multinational corporation.
また適当言って
I'm making things up
事
again.
実だ。
It's the truth. Google it if
嘘
you
だ
don't
と
believe me.
これまで人類は
Until now, the human
どれ
race,
だけ繁栄し
for all
よう
its
とも
accomplishments,
時
has
間という
never
壁
been
に
able
突
to
き当たって
overcome
き
the
た。
barrier called time.
その壁を突破することのできるタイムトラベル技術は
The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier,
文字通りの意味ででな。
technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history,
か
literally.
つての核兵器と同じく
As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can
それを
resist
得たい
its
という誘
temptation.
惑に当然ながら
And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their
あらゆる
disposal
手
to
段を
obtain
用い
it.
て手に入れよ
Human
うとするが
morality is not but a joke to those who would stand with the gods.
わかるか
Understand, Christina?
ご公説をどう思う
That was quite a speech.
そこまでスラスラと喋れ
Since
る
you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too?
この法院教魔が望むのはそんな
What
神
Hoin
候補
Kyoma
ども
desires
の
is the destruction
そして
of
支
all
配
who
構
call
造が崩
themselves
壊した後
gods.
の混沌だよ
The collapse of their hateful system and a glorious new age of chaos.
法王院に聞いてるんじゃない私は
俺は
つまり自分を持ってないって
You
こ
don't have
と
your own
ね
reason. How dare you attack my
そんな
very
ことよりマキ
identity?
セ氏
Forget about
Z プログラムの続き
Makiseshi.
プリーズ
Keep reading.
なるそんな
陰謀論は聞き飽きたおオカリンの妄想より Z プログラムの方が気になるし
Daru does have a point.
ジョッシュ続きを
頼み事するときぐらい誠意を見せろよ
Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating.
プログラム第一段階大型ハドロ
Construction
ン
and
衝突型加速器
implementation
の
of the
建設
Large
お
Hadron
よび実
Collider.
用化加速器については
Over the past half century,
1959
beginning with the
年に完成した
proton
陽子シン
synchronization
クロトロン
completed in
間の半世紀にわた
1959,
るノウハウ
particle
蓄積により
accelerator
一
technology
定成果を得てい
has
る
reached a point where standardized results may be obtained.
プログラム第二段階
Stage
リフター
2,
の実用化
implementation and
および
testing
調整
of lifter technology.
これにより2つ以上の人工的な局所場得意点の生成
The
およ
formation
びカーブラックホールの生成を可能とする
The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete.
なおブラックホール生成についての情
In
報を
order
意
to
図
hide the
的に
program's
曲解
true
させ
goal,
てリークし
it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the
悟ら
formation
れ
of
ぬように
black
することが
holes.
必要である
Oh.
プログラム第3段階
Stage 3, animal
プログラム
experimentation.
第4段階
Stage 4, Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath and mutters angrily. Human experimentation.
マジで
A chill runs up my spine. I admit, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, by producing our own time travel phenomena. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this?
なあオカリン、前にハッキングした時のこと覚えてるか？
Remember when we
確か
hacked him
盗
before?
み読みしたメールに書いてあったよね。
Pretty sure that email we read said
実
this.
験結果エラー、ヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ。
Result
詳
error,
細は
human
別
is
紙ゼリー
dead.
マンズレポートをなんとかか
For
んとか。
details, see Jellyman's report. Jelly! Someone
それ
died.
って人体実験となんか関係あんのかな？
Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kurisu and Daro are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True, I can live with myself. But can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy?
誰？ゼリーマンズレポート
Look
を
up
探
the
してくれ。
Jellyman's report.
マジっすか？
Really?
マジだ。ただし、
First, Christina,
お前はもう帰る。
you should leave.
なんで今さら
Are you
ゼリーマ
suddenly...
ンズレポート。嫌な予感がする。これを見たら、俺たちはもう普通の生活には戻れない。
Jellyman's report. It gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal
お前は
lives.
その若さでサイエンス誌に論文が載るほどの天才だ。有望な将来を捨てる必要はない。
You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future.
もしかして心配してくれてる
Are you worried about
当
me?
たり前だ。
Of course I am.
助手じゃないって言ってんだろ
I'm not
気
your
遣って
assistant.
くれてどうも
Thanks for your concern,
でも
but I'm
帰ら
not
ないわ
leaving.
よ
We need to expose
この
this
事
truth
実
to
を
the world.
ダメだ。
It's
それ
too
はき
ビビって
dangerous.
るのか
You chickening out?
俺たちはこの陰謀を前にしたらあまりに無力だ。
We're powerless against
下
this
手な行動を起
conspiracy.
こせば即。
One wrong move and they'll have us erased.
でもだからって
But still,
これは遊びでは
this
ない。
isn't a game. I'm not joking here.
分かった
I won't tell
告発は
anyone.
やめる
Though her expression shows she still doesn't agree and finally
でも
submits.
帰らないから
I'm not leaving.
気になって
It'll
眠れ
keep
な
me
い
awake
後
at
悔
night.
しないな。
You won't regret this? I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery. Or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. But if she doesn't look... But it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down.
ダルはどうする？
What about you, Daru? Prepared?
僕はスーパーハッカーだし。
I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation.
そもそも足がつくよう
With
な
my
ヘマもしない
skills,
つうか。
they'll never know we were there. That settles it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't get her involved. I look at Daru and Kurisu in the eye.
よし、
Alright, let's begin.
始めよ
Kurisu gives the seat to Daru.
う。なお、本作戦名はレーギャルンの箱とする。
Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Legjarn's Chest. In Norse mythology, a gigantic chest protected by 9 locks that contains the cursed sword Leviathan. Oh.
なんで北欧神話
Why Norse mythology?
へえ、北欧神話なん？
Because it's
そ
cool, I
もそも
guess.
作戦名とか言っちゃう男
What
の
is it
人
with men and military
Daru.
terms?
作戦開始。
Begin the operation. He He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It required a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily.
いい
Ready?
開くぞ
I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the entry key. File opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center, a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. The Jellyman must be the satellite that crashed into the building.
ジェリーマンズレポート
No.
10
I'm lying. A man in wall? Man in wall appears in New York. The identity of a man who made the right side of the body buried in the... What? The identity of a man who made the right side of the body buried on the wall in the building in New York 14 and was dead discovered. That's one. None of that makes sense. I don't know if I'm reading that badly. And two, that's my birthday. Not 1921, but, you know, that's crazy. What are the odds? 1 in 365. Pretty good odds. Pretty, I don't know, coincidence. Jellyman's report 10.
被験者ジェームス・マッカーシー31歳出身アメリカ Z プログラム4実験日2005年1月28日13時05分
Bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out
実
loud.
験結果エラー
Human is dead,
またそれ
mismatch.
かよ
That again.
超重力による無限圧縮およびカーブラックホール内の特異点通過に耐えられなかったと思われる
It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the curved black hole.
1921年4月3日ニューヨーク14丁目にてビルの壁面に右半身が埋もれるようにして死んでいる男が発見された
April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. It sounds like Kurisu is reading the newspaper article at the end.
身元不明の男
The
の
man's
死
body,
体を
oh my god, it was
ブヨ
jellified!
ブヨのゼリー状
Was
になって
completely jellified. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Ooh, okay, perfect. That was great. Okay, so that's a wrap on chapter 2. Things are definitely heating up. The characters are getting more complex and we're really seeing, you know, their personalities and how they interact with each other. I like it, but so far it's mostly just like building to something bigger. So I'm really excited to get to some more intense parts of the story. We kind of got a taste of it at the end there, so I'm excited to see what the next episode has in store. Right now I have more questions than answers, but that is part of the journey and it is really what makes it so fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to keep following along. See you on the next one.